Chapman and Lind, because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Dollar. DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day out there. We do have a big show coming up for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world at Deb's Woke News. We'll do that around 3:20. 4 o'clock at Sports with Brandon Kravitz, our buddy over at 96.9 The Game, talking NFL, UCF, Ryder Cup, and Orlando Magic Media Day. 5 o'clock hour, we'll do trivia. 6 o'clock hour, it's Ross Loss, our buddy Ray Trenley. We're talking about new laws taking effect in Florida starting this month, and some of them are mwah, mwah, mwah. Plus, we'll do last call, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deborah Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
I just learned how to spell Wednesday.
407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram, Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. I would ask you guys how your weekend went, but I know at least a portion of how your weekend went. Everybody have a good Sunday. It was very rainy all day long everywhere, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of nothing.
So did I.
I did an Aldi run.
You did an Aldi run?
Yeah.
I had a white woman moment. It was great.
No, do I need to hear about that now? Do I have to wait?
Scented candle?
No, it was fine. I was on the patio. I had my legs tucked up, a dog in between my legs, reading a good old book, listening to the rain hit my wind chime.
Oh, yeah. That is,
yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, right?
That's
Pretty good, right?
I'd take an afternoon of that right now.
Right? Doesn't that just smell pretty?
Man, we were driving home in that torrential downpour Sunday morning because we stayed on property after our gig, the Best Of Challenge, which was wonderful, by the way. We'll tell you about it in a minute. But we got home, and I'm like, Jack, I read it was supposed to kind of clear up. I was like, oh, man, I'll get my son. We're going to go rip it this afternoon. I'm going to play some golf. And I got home, and I sat down, and I turned on football, and I looked outside, and I said, nah, I think this is what we're doing today. And I'm with Jack. It's just that weather just puts you in the mood to, like, do nothing.
Oh, buddy, that Red Zone channel, too.
Yeah, that's for real.
Every score of every game, I was in it.
I couldn't even handle it. I did find out. My son helped me find out how to go back and forth on streaming without a previous channel.
Nice.
Yeah, which is you hit this weird button, and it just basically sends you back to the main channel, and you just got to flip over and watch it.
He may not cut the lawn, but he did make your life easier.
He did, for sure.
So here,
Celebrate good times, baby.
I don't know about you guys, but you went to the game Saturday night.
Hell yeah. Oh, man, did I go to that game.
9 o'clock, went to bed.
Are you serious?
Saturday night and
wiped
slept
out
until 7 a.m. the next day.
Damn.
You're not wiped out at 9 o'clock. You're tuckered out if you're passing out at 9.
Tuckered out.
Well,
yeah,
I
you're
tell you,
tuckered.
Tuckered out.
The reason why I didn't know if
I didn't
Ross
drink.
would make it to the Orlando City game is because, for people who do not know, when we do the Best Of Challenge, they're nice enough to set an RV up behind the area there for us to kind of go and hang out a little bit as it get drinks and, kind of decompress a little bit because it's a 3-hour gig.
It's our best gig ever.
It's our best gig ever, right? And they stock this fridge with all kinds of stuff. And, I get there around 11:45. We check into the cottage, come over, and I open up that thing, and I see, they always give us, not only they give us some good light beers, some Mick Ultras, some Miller Lights, some Bud Lights, then they give us some High Life products, and those are a little bit more potent. And Ross and I look at each other and said, High Life? And I was like, it's 11:53.
Yeah, let's go.
And that's where it started and did not stop until about midnight that night as I literally crawled out of the hot tub as if it was primordial soup.
I was blown away so they got a High mix collection.
Yeah, they get
which I only knew of 2 High-Lies. The low High-Li, the High-Low, which is just a lower calorie, less alcohol, and then the standard High-Li. They had like a peach white oak highlight
And a mango one.
and a mango one. So
Yeah.
of course I have to try both.
Right, yeah. I just kept trying a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Then I kept trying the Estefan's mojitos, which they do a pretty good job at out there.
I had a
You can
listener
hear,
buy me one of those.
you can hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
I had a real cool moment because one of our listeners came out and he was celebrating his birthday, which was the day after, and he was a tequila guy. And I was like, oh, I just want to flex some really good tequila because they have a really
do.
great tequila bar down at the promenade at Sunset Walk. It is legit. They have very good tequila down there. So I splashed a little cash and I bought this guy a tequila shot just to see his face for the first time, because when he told me what his nicest tequila was, I was like, oh, I'm about to blow that out of the water. And we just got a shot and we sipped it and I got to see his face. That was one of the highlights for me, was
That's
just
cool.
showing somebody a tequila shot. Happy birthday, belated, I guess.
I get that 100%. It was a good ass time.
Oh. Yeah. So highlight for me was Steve, and I guess it was his wife. It was a couple who were thanking you and then talked to me about going to Life Imaging FLA.
That story was pretty good.
That raised a hair on my arms.
So a guy comes up and he's been listening for many, many years, as a lot of people do with the station. You know, people who have only been listening a couple of years, you know, the station's been on the air for quite a while. And, you know, when you start listening to it, it's almost like I say this a lot, it's almost like your whoopee. If you're a listener, it's like a security blanket. You turn it on, you hear our voices, you kind of feel a little bit safer. I don't know why, but we're told that over and over.
I provide safety.
Right, exactly. You check. And this couple came up, and he came up to shake my hand. He's like looking me dead in the eye, being very, not solemn, but very serious.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hey, man, I just want to give you a heads up. I just want to let you know I really appreciate your show. I appreciate what you do." And I said, "Well, thank you very much. You know, we really have a good time doing it." And he says, "But I got to tell you something else." He goes, you know, your client, Life Imaging FLA. And I said, yeah. I said, we're super excited to have him on and, you know, really excited about it. He goes, well, I am too, because I heard you talk about it. And I heard your pitch saying, you know, like what Ross was saying, you know, be proactive, not reactive.
Which is a lot of people do that.
Yeah, just perfectly said, by the way. And he said, you know, we took advantage of the free heart scan and we went. And it turned out that my wife had some issues. Or no, I had a few issues.
Yeah, he was 52% blockage.
Yeah, I had some, but then when my wife got it, she had, is it 90? 90% blockage in two of her arteries going into her heart. One was called the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Because what happens with the Widowmaker is when the blockage is so great, the pressure builds up behind the block and causes that artery to stretch. And then when that blows, that's the Widowmaker. You're dead within a minute or so. And she was within 6 months of that happening.
Her doctor told her 6 months you would not be here anymore.
So,
Whoa.
So within a couple of weeks, she went in and got the surgery and got 2 stents and now has extended her life possibility beyond measure.
Wow.
He told me, I just got chills.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing. We have a lot of great clients, but when you can directly link someone, you know, saving someone's life. That's just
so a couple of people
amazing.
A couple of people have come up. That's why when I do that spot, I said a lot of people are talking about this, and that's kind of what I mean. Is there are a lot of people talking about this. You know, the minute Daryl told me, Daryl Payne, Paw Affection Dog Training, told me about his deal and how he discovered it walking upstairs, where he got tired after one flight of stairs, and that's when his wife has suggested he go. You know, and that's that reactive thing that Ross was talking about. Rather than find out that you're almost going to die by getting winded by 5 stairs. You know, you can do this thing that we offer and know in advance. Anyway, that was a great moment. Mine was everything. I just love everything about this event from the minute we get on property. The listener challenge went very well.
Yes, yeah.
Congratulations. And you know him on air as
Angry Eric.
From Last Call. He was one of the winners. He did the Scarface, the Capone.
Say hello to my little pickles.
Yeah, the Scarface guy. Say hello to my little pickles. And came up and he wound up taking it down.
He
won.
did.
He had the best sandwich, and it was damn good.
And he proved one of my theories dead wrong. I've always felt this way. I don't know if you guys feel this way. So we go up on stage and we judge 3 different sandwiches. And I've always felt like the first sandwich has such a big advantage. Because that's when you are the hungriest.
Yeah, and also,
you know, that's when
that's
your
a good
brain
point.
is still like, yeah, let's eat food.
And they get to hear the judge's response to something, so they know what to or not to do.
Yeah, I just think the mentality of us being hungry can play an influence on a rating on a sandwich because we have like really dumb animal brains.
Yeah.
But he was the third contestant. He cleaned up. That was the best sandwich out of the three. Congrats.
So
His beefy Cuban.
here's something amazing, which kind of gave me a little pause, but it's fun because ultimately what we want to do is make good radio. So when we make the contest about celebrity impressions, has nothing to do with their culinary ability. We had no idea if these contestants could tell a knife from a fork, right?
None. No clue.
That's not how they got selected.
Nope.
Okay. All three of them made great sandwiches.
They all did a pretty darn good job.
And it was a lot better than I was expecting. So Seth, Brianna, and Eric, amazed. Thank you so much.
They did a good job, and to drive out and have a good time with us. I thought they all had fun. It was all great interacting with all of them. All the restaurants did quite well. Matter of fact, let's see, the critics' choice was Rock and Brews.
Rock and Brews with the pulled pork.
The thing that Ross liked so much with the candied jalapeno, smoked
Yes.
jalapeno.
I was a big fan.
I just thought, man, if you bit into that sandwich and went, oh, God, I don't like this, then you don't like pulled pork.
You don't like
Because
food.
that's exactly what a pulled pork sandwich is supposed to be. Soft bread, almost like the bread got steamed, so it kind of feels like almost like a little undercooked, little doughy bread. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then you have the candied smoked jalapeno. They did not short on the jalapeno, and then you have the onion straws. That's the definition of dank.
I did the best ad for them I could. I went and got the sandwich. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm walking by and there was a little break in the line, so I could slide in there and grab one real quick. And I just stood right at the end of the line, 2 steps out of line, and just ate every bit of it, standing there, all over my face, all over my hands. It was disgusting, but delicious. Did you try the Cuban sandwich?
From Euphoria?
Oh, dude.
That was my favorite sandwich of the day.
Whoa, they killed it. They did such a great job.
Outside of the pulled pork, which was still probably my number one, but the Euphoria Cuban sandwich is no joke.
Yeah.
It was sweet, a lot of honey on it.
Yeah.
I think I had 4 Cuban sandwiches that day.
Yeah. It was exactly. And then the winner for the listeners or the critic or the listener's choice. In other words, people who came out and paid their money to enjoy it
And voted
and everything.
like a good American.
That went to
Yeoman's.
that's right. And went to that beef sandwich with the apples, the arugula, and the brie.
Yep.
Which was, and I got another one of those as well.
Yeah.
It was just as good as
It was kind of neat. Like it's like the awards got spread out between the People's Choice and the Critics' Choice. A lot of people got love.
Yeah, you were out there kind of mingling around. Deb, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, I met so many cool listeners who this was their very first event. Got thanked by someone who said, listen, it's really great to have you guys down here. I live about 10 minutes away.
Yeah, well, I get that a lot too, yeah.
Can't make it to DeLand or, Sanford, but, thank you guys for coming down here. And it's always cool when, a listener brings their kids and you get to watch them grow up over the years.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome. And then you had an animal moment as well.
I did.
Did
Someone brought their sugar gliders.
2 sugar gliders, the biggest sugar gliders I've ever seen. Those things are usually like super small, but this one was gigantic.
Yeah, he's
and
a
they are
little pudgy.
They're so sweet.
They are 4 years old.
Oh.
2 little boy sugar gliders.
2 different listeners I ran into, both listening since the 90s.
Wow.
One said, I've only called 1 time
Yeah.
in over 20 years. And the other one was, I texted once. And he told me the text. It's like, I remember.
And, and then one guy told us to call verbatim. He knew it word for word.
Yeah.
That's great.
But it's amazing. It's like, because sometimes, when you hear listeners on the air, it's like, Larry or Party Mama or something. But there's a lot out there that never pick up the phone, and but they're there.
And they told me at the very
Every day.
the very last minute we did wind up doing 1,000 people, even though we didn't sell it out in advance. It did wind up selling out with walk-ups. It was crazy.
Cool.
Ray came up right at the end. He goes, "Oh, by the way, I want to give you a heads up. I know you take pride in this." He said we did not sell it out in advance this year, but we did sell it out with walk-ups and everything. So we really appreciate everybody coming out.
Outstanding.
Yeah, Deb, news.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about 75,000 workers prep for the biggest healthcare strike in U.S. history. A Florida political expert says McCarthy needs Democrats to keep his job. And Webster's adds 690 new words like smishing.
I don't even know what that is.
We'll tell you what that means and more coming up next during Woke News.
All right, you got it. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with Deb's news and more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Now that you can have people over again, why is your remote sticky? Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area as you travel westbound between Sand Lake and 535 and between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Looking at a crash blocking the westbound right lane on Colonial Drive at Kirkman Road. Another crash reported northbound on the Greenway near the beach line. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
A farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
It was just last year that Wawa launched their enhanced dinner platform with the debut of Wawa Burger and Fries, and that was a big hit. And this year, they rolled out pizza. Yeah, I am talking pizza available at Wawa starting at 4 p.m. So make plans. You got 45 minutes until they will take orders for pizza at most Wawa locations. And they bake these in dedicated pizza ovens that have been added to most of these Wawas as well. Wawa pizza is available. And whether you get mushroom, veggie, sausage, pepperoni, or cheese, you can order it on the app or in the at the kiosk in the store. It's so easy ordering Wawa food. You walk right in, you punch it up, you pay, and then you are on your way. Or do it on the app. That's what I do, and have it ready for you when you arrive at your neighborhood Wawa. Pizza is available at most Wawa locations starting at 4 p.m. So make Monday a pizza night.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You guys should come over for a cookout.
Frank?
Let me know if you need to borrow the mower.
Frank, wake up. You're being neighborly in your sleep again.
With no down payments or PMI, a top VA lender like Navy Federal Credit Union will get you excited about being a homeowner.
Trash pickups on Tuesdays.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Membership required. Loan subject to approval. Call 1-888-842-6328 for details about credit costs and terms.
When I'm on the move, there's only one move that works for me. So I'm going to Checkers. Slide me that $2.49 chicken bites and fries box. No matter where I go, I'm going to enjoy the crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned all-white meat chicken bites. Plus a load of Checkers' famous seasoned fries, all for just $2.49. That's right, this box is always coming in clutch. Checkers is boxing up deals like you've never seen before. Whether I'm running on empty or stepping on the gas, I'm taking one for the road with Checkers. Get it delivered now.
Just come out, just come out. The man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out when you're injured on the go.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
You know when you wake up and your mouth feels gross and you just can't wait to brush your teeth to get that clean, fresh feeling again? That's exactly how millions of Navage users feel when they use powered suction to rinse out their noses every day, just like brushing their teeth. Once you're able to breathe deeply without congestion, you never want to be without it. That's why so many people rave about Navage, with over 100,000 online reviews. Feel the Navage difference for yourself. In less than a minute a day, you'll feel immediate relief from seasonal allergies and congestion after the very first use. Navage will also help you sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier, naturally, without drugs. Start breathing clearly again with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow, guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself if you become a victim. A dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Join now and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com, promo code Clay.
At EasyCater, we know ordering food for work can get complicated pretty fast.
We're going to need breakfast for the entire office on Thursday.
Janet wants really nice bagels.
Make sure some are gluten-free.
Make sure
they have great coffee.
Can there also be waffles?
Janet has a hard stop at 9:30.
$15 a person
I'm going to need
max.
itemized receipts for this. Is the
Pumpernickel.
budget for breakfast different than what we're just going to grab and go? Fine.
Company breakfast? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Don't forget, your 3 o'clock keyword is dollar, DOLLAR. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We are back on that grind, kids.
Let's go.
Go out there and get that cash. Dollar is your 3 o'clock keyword. And don't forget as well, 5:45 today, and for the rest of this week, Dave Chappelle tickets exclusively here on the Jim Colbert Show. Even better, you can win them online as well. Go to realradio.fm/events to find out
Contests.
how. Or contests to find
Contests.
that out. 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross are here as well. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole woke.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News, as always, is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. More than 75,000 Kaiser Permanente workers are getting ready to go on what would be the biggest healthcare strike in U.S. history. Unions representing the workers notified the company more than a week ago that they could launch a 3-day strike this coming Wednesday, October 4th. The strike would affect Kaiser hospitals and clinics in California, Oregon, Washington State, Colorado, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., just to name a few. But no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
Nothing to see here. All right, police are conducting a massive search for a 9-year-old girl abducted from a New York campground. Charlotte Sena went missing during a bike ride Saturday at a state park. It's about 40 miles north of Albany. She was on a family camping trip when she went for a short bike ride with other kids around this particular loop. When they decided to stop the bike ride, she decided that she wanted to go one more time, rode by herself around this particular loop. Her bike was later found on a trail, but there was no sign of the fourth grader. She had literally just turned 9 years old recently, and police believe she was abducted. The governor of New York is promising all resources will be exhausted in the desperate search.
Sounds like a horror film.
Yeah, it is.
This is like a
Exactly
Pennywise thing.
It is for their parent, for her parents,
Exactly.
everyone.
For everyone. Everyone. You know, you're camping. This is, upstate New York. It's a relatively safe area.
And you said north of Albany. I thought north of Albany was Canada.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure there was north of Albany.
Yeah. Also in New York, it's day one of former President Trump's civil fraud trial. State Attorney General Letitia James is accusing Trump and his family of inflating his net worth to illegally obtain better terms from lenders and insurers. Before walking into the courtroom this morning, Trump blasted James, saying the case, quote, is a continuation of the single greatest witch hunt of all time, end quote. He went on to say, quote, the crime is against me because we have a corrupt district attorney and we have a corrupt attorney general, end quote. Last week, the judge overseeing the case ruled that Trump had been overvaluing his properties and is liable for fraud. Looking at least a $250 million fine and
the suspension of his business certificates in New York. That's huge. I mean, I'm not saying that's the death knell by any means. $250 for him really shouldn't be that big of a deal. He can find that somewhere for sure. But man, I got to tell you, them pulling names off of buildings. Oh God, considering he was the king of New York business and real estate for many, many years, that's got to hurt.
Yeah. You figure that's where it's going to hurt him the most. All right, back closer to home, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz says House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has violated their deal by working with Democrats to avoid a government shutdown. Barry University political science professor Dr. Sean Foreman in Miami says McCarthy probably anticipated that Gaetz would file the motion to oust him when he struck that deal with Democrats on Saturday. Dr. Foreman says McCarthy needs Democrats to come to his rescue because he would likely lose the speaker gavel if the vote falls along party lines. Now, Foreman adds that any effort to expel Gaetz or to vote out McCarthy will likely fail. Dr. Foreman predicts a lot of drama, not a lot of actual change.
Right.
Gaetz, for his part, says he'll try to oust McCarthy from his post later this week.
Yeah, his sin was putting the country before his party.
Boy, man, I got to tell you, there's some fiery happenings between those two.
Yes.
They said there was a closed-door meeting with them last week that you could hear without any problem. And then Gaetz gave some pretty fiery words on the House floor today. Stuff we've read. It's all pretty accurate to what we've read.
Right.
But it is pretty amazing that a lot of these Republicans now are turning on Gaetz and making him seem like a kind of a putz who's only out there for publicity and the Matt Gaetz brand, which is exactly what you do not want to happen with fellow Republicans who've been getting your back for many years.
And I'm always confused. Gaetz, he's the one who
looks like Beavis and Butthead.
No. He's the one who looks like college Mr. Burns.
Yeah, right. Look, somebody already called him out about the other thing too. Yeah. I mean, one of these guys mentioned the girl stuff with him.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Venmo problems.
Yeah.
He's the guy who sent out a fundraising campaign on the night of January 6th, using that to raise funds.
There you go.
Ugh. All right. Well, another parent's worst nightmare is a teenager has died after being hit by a school bus this morning in Lake County. The incident happened near the intersection of Hancock Road and Fox Trail Avenue in front of Lake Mineola High School when a school bus crashed into a bicycle being ridden by a 17-year-old student. School officials say Sherman Vinoy, a senior, was taken to South Lake Hospital where he died. The city of Apopka is facing a lawsuit which was filed by the family of a fallen firefighter. The wrongful death lawsuit was filed by the family of Austin Duran, who was killed last year when he was crushed by a trailer full of sand. So the suit claims the trailer did not comply with safety standards and that firefighters had not undergone training on how to use the trailer at the time of the incident. We'll let you know what happens with that. I want to follow up on this story, Jimmy, because we had talked about it last week, and sadly, former Boston Red Sox pitcher Tim Wakefield had died at the age of 57. Famous for his knuckleball, Wakefield spent 19 years in the majors, the last 17 with the Red Sox. The right-hander finished his career with exactly 200 wins and helped lead Boston to World Series titles in 2004 and 2007. Now, if you remember earlier in the week, the Red Sox confirmed Wakefield was ill and joined the family in asking for privacy when his condition was made public by a former teammate without permission. The Red Sox said on social media Sunday that Wakefield, quote, embodied true goodness and gave so much to the game, end quote.
Yeah, man, his story is a great story. He was not a failed player, but a player on the decline playing his original position.
At first base with the Pirates.
Right, exactly. And then they saw him kind of throwing the ball and throwing that knuckleball. They said, hey, can you throw that? And then his entire life changed.
Yeah, he grew up in Melbourne, went to O'Galley High School.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lived in Suntree or Vieira, that area.
Beloved by that community over there.
And a lot of people, when we were talking about it last week, said that he's done and continued to do so much for the local community.
He won the Roberto Clemente Award, I believe, in 2010, but was, working for kids' charities throughout. Just a quality guy.
Just a really great guy.
Sad story.
Very sad. and it was
Kurt Schilling.
Yeah, there we go.
Good old bloodsock.
Good old douchebag. Old bloodsock.
All right. It could be difficult driving around parts of Brevard County today. Heavy rain this weekend caused flooding in Palm Bay and Titusville, and some roads are even closed. The National Weather Service reports rainfall totals of 6 inches or more in several areas. Yesterday, Rockledge had the most with over 7 inches. So now areas along the St. Johns, think Astor, Lake Harney, are once again watching the flood zones to see where they're at, if they're going to have to start sandbagging their homes once again.
Yep.
Rockledge is the highest point in Brevard County.
Wow.
I just heard that once. I like repeating it whenever I get the chance.
Yeah, I like it.
There you
This guy
go.
thinks he's smart, doesn't he? Look at him.
Well, I just filled up today, and it was nice to not have to give up the firstborn, but Florida gas prices are falling. The state average is $3.48. I paid a little bit less than that, $3.35.
Get that cheap Mount Dora gas?
Yeah, but $3.48 is still 12 cents cheaper than a week ago. It depends on the station, though, Jack.
I hear it's full of raw sewage.
Yeah, and 21 cents lower than this time last month. AAA says pump prices are falling fast despite the price of oil remaining high. So a good time to fill up if you need to.
Absolutely.
Walt Disney World is donating $1.5 million to Florida nonprofit organizations.
Really?
The company made the announcement this morning that its 2023 grants are going to groups who focus on homelessness. I believe the rates are up 11% so far this year, the number of people that are newly homeless. Environmental protection, poverty, education, youth issues, and more. Each nonprofit will receive up to $100,000.
Damn.
That is life-changing money.
That's right.
Especially for all of those organizations. And speaking of money, Saturday's Powerball drawing produced 2 second-tier winners here in Florida. While no one got the jackpot, 2 tickets sold in Sumter and in Palm Beach counties matched 5 of the 6 numbers for a $1 million prize apiece.
It's tonight.
Both tickets were purchased at Publix stores. Meanwhile, you're right, Jack. The jackpot for tonight's drawing is $1.04 billion.
$104? Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah,
come
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
This wasn't meant to be?
All right, we're going to best of. We're going to go buy tickets.
Right now, let's go.
Right now, I agree.
I'm going to forget. I can't. Siri, remind me at 7 o'clock to get tickets. I'm rich.
And the tickets are getting sold at Publix. And you're going to need $1 billion to buy their produce.
Right. All you have to do is pay their $100 cover charge.
Yeah, that's fine. Where shopping is a literal treasure now.
Where shopping is a treasure.
Where shopping takes a treasure.
Exactly. The numbers will be picked from the Florida Draw Studio in Tallahassee just before 11 p.m.
Boom.
All right, well, we're finally starting to enjoy temperatures in the mid-80s, mid to upper 80s, right? First taste of fall, sort of, kind of.
Told you guys. God, it's like I know about this stuff.
Well, it's not the last blast and probably the last place in the country where you would expect to have summer-like temps. But temperature records that have actually stood for more than a century in the middle of the U.S. could fall this week. Forecasters say a swath of the Midwest could see afternoon highs 10 to 20 degrees warmer than average.
Swath, good word.
That will mean highs well into the 80s and even 90.
Really?
Threatening daily records from the 1800s. So highs across the region are usually in the 60s and lower 70s at the start of October. This is some of the prettiest weather in the Midwest, but dozens of places could break daily heat records, including Des Moines, Iowa, Fargo, North Dakota, Madison, Wisconsin, and Omaha, Nebraska, and as well Wichita, Kansas. It's going to be warmer in Green Bay, Wisconsin than it will be here in Orlando, Florida.
How about this? My wife just landed in Minneapolis, right? She's got a business meeting in Wisconsin, oddly enough. And when she was packing, she's not feeling 100 right now, so she was packing and didn't even think, because it's going to be 87 degrees in Minneapolis today. Tomorrow it's going to be 84, and then the high on Wednesday, 69.
Yeah, over the weekend.
So it is going to drop off the table.
Yeah, over the weekend they're going to be seeing highs. I believe it's in Chicago, but they're going to wake up to 39 degrees.
Yeah,
so they're
that's
going
right.
to swing 50 degrees between
Right,
now and the middle of the week. All right, speaking of overheating, Ross, you haven't mentioned this, so I don't know if you've had this issue.
My sweating problem?
No, but Apple is working to fix overheating issues in the new iPhone 15.
Oh, thank God.
That's right. You just got this thing.
Yeah.
It's that titanium. It's so hot.
Yeah.
Ball crazy.
Came through space.
The newest iPhone variation was out for less than a week before users began reporting their cell phones were overheating when being used just for basic functions.
Really?
Like
So,
porn.
yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah,
on
I was gonna
Saturday,
say.
Saturday, Apple announced it identified several issues that could be causing the overheating, including a bug in the iOS 17 software that will be fixed in an update. The company also said, hey, some of those third-party apps may also cause your phone system to overload. Apple claims the issue was not a safety risk and will not impact the phone's long-term performance.
Not a safety risk. I thought my phone was smoking a bowl with me last night.
God almighty.
That's not true. No, I have not felt any extra heat or anything.
No?
And this is my whole little personal conspiracy theory. They're like, oh man, reports about the 15. Well, they might as well be saying reports about the 14 too, because that's essentially the same phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like they are such small. We're done seeing massive, leaps in the smartphone game, at least for a while.
Yeah.
It's literally the same size as my phone from five years ago.
Right.
Well, here's another update of a story that we've covered before. A U.S. district judge has ruled in McDonald's and Wendy's favor in a lawsuit over burger size.
Oh, really?
A New York man had sued the two fast food chains, saying ads showed undercooked beef patties that made the burgers look bigger than what's actually sold in their restaurants.
Yeah, what's this judge's phone number?
He also claimed the ads showed more toppings than what Wendy's and McDonald's actually used on the burgers they sold, but the judge found no proof the burgers were smaller than advertised, and also said no proof was found the man had seen ads for the Wendy's bourbon bacon cheeseburger or McDonald's Big Mac that he bought. Burger King and Taco Bell, though, they're currently facing similar lawsuits, and they're probably really hoping to get this judge.
I like how the judge was like, it was cold outside.
Yeah.
The burger is a griller, not a shower. Okay?
Come on. Some of us have to deal with this.
And then finally, Springfield-based Merriam-Webster has added about 700 new words to its dictionary. If you're on your phone, you might want to avoid getting a smishing message.
Well, okay, what's this?
Smishing is defined as the practice of sending texts to someone in order to trick them.
Phishing, smat. In other words, an SM is a text, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a SM.
Instead of phishing, it's smishing.
So it's text phishing?
Oh, man, politicians do this all the time.
All the time, yeah.
Yeah, they smish my face off.
Oh, my God.
At this point, I'll vote for you if you don't send me a text.
I know, exactly.
Like to smish you back right in the face.
Yeah, smish you. All right. Or you may have logged onto social media and fell into a thirst trap.
Okay, I know what that is.
You know what a thirst trap is? Jack, you know what a thirst trap is?
Sexy pictures, right?
Yeah, I've been called one.
Which is a selfie or another photo shared for the purpose of getting attention. Now, if you feel the need to leave a comment, you could say, I think it's pronounced niggle, NGL. It is, I know.
Oh, boy.
Very careful. Very careful.
Very.
It is an abbreviation.
That sounds a lot like a country.
See, if I were you, I would have just skipped that one. But props to you. You have bigger balls than I.
Thank you. Well, it actually stands for not gonna lie.
Okay, there you go.
So, not gonna lie. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
I'm gonna tell you. There's gonna be a lot of people getting their asses kicked for not wanting to lie.
Wait. I think it's an acronym.
It is an acronym.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that clears that up.
NGL, right?
NGL, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we don't have to pronounce that ever again.
I thought it was fun though. Ingle.
There you go.
Yeah, that works.
Ingle.
Yeah, when you start getting the I in there, it gets real sketchy.
You can't add any I's in there.
No, you don't want to do that.
And now you all are officially woke,
okay.
Which is another acronym. We obviously know everything.
All right, 407-916-1041. Thanks, Deb. Your 3 o'clock keyword, by the way, is dollar, DOLLAR. Get up there before 4 o'clock. We'll have another one at the top of the hour. Dollar is your keyword. Go to realradio.fm. Send that away for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. Hey everybody, Jamie King now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update the forecast details for this Monday here in Central Florida. Expect a mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated passing showers. Your chance of coverage at 20%. Again, high temps near 86, northeast winds at 10 to 20. For tonight, mainly clear and dry out there. Looks like rain chances fall off. Northeast winds at 5 to 10. Tuesday and Wednesday, looks like we'll see warm highs in the mid-80s. Rain chance tomorrow, Tuesday, 20%. I'll give you 40% Wednesday. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Fall into a hiring spree with Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
And when it comes to your bathroom, you want to make sure you have the best looking bathroom you can have. But the problem is, if you do have a bathroom you don't care for, all your friends and family are like, hey man, before you make that move, you want to do a lot of research because it just feels really sketchy. You know, different people in your house every day, they'll take a deposit from you and then not show up for 3 or 4 weeks. And when they do, just do a couple hours of work. The project takes months and months. You can't get answers, but not with Rebath. Rebath in Mid-Florida only specializes in rebuilding or repurposing your bathroom. In other words, making it look great with a remodel. And they have the products to do it. You can see them 436 Up and Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. That's where the showroom is. When you walk in, you will see some models set up. Those models are there just to show you what the products they have look like. In other words, you pick out what you like. If you like this subway tile, maybe you like this travertine, they can do that for you. You want just a shower or maybe a shower tub combo, they can do that as well. You like this sink but not that tub, they have that. The cool thing is their catalog is full of beautiful stuff to make your home look amazing. Their install team is great. They do the job in 4 to 6 days. That's right, days. They do it with their employees. That means no subcontractors, and give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Slide into that showroom, but you got to hop online. Look at the before and afters, man. That'll help you with your decision. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
The check is good, the experience is smooth, and the reviews online are wonderful at GiveMeTheVin.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Experience an incredible evening with Harry Connick Jr. and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra on Thursday, October 5th in the acoustically remarkable Steinmetz Hall. Fall in love with Connick's musical virtuosity as he joins one of the world's best orchestras in one of the world's most beautiful concert halls for a special evening of big symphonic sounds and classics from his remarkable career. Get tickets now for Harry Connick Jr. and the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra on October 5th at drphillipscenter.org.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month, free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today.
Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Everything gets better when you're a Dunkin' Rewards member. Yes, even Mondays, because every Monday of this month, you get a free medium, hot, or iced coffee with purchase. Not a member? Join on the app. Order now for a better Monday. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges, exclusions, and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
If you're celebrating a milestone anniversary this year, or just starting the process of picking out that engagement ring, welcome to International Diamond Center. At IDC, we're one of a few jewelers around the world with direct access to exquisite diamonds from Namibia. These are the highest quality, most brilliant diamonds on the planet. And with IDC's connections with the cutters, you can be assured of the ultimate in value with no middleman markups. And just as important as the brilliance of our diamond is the source itself. An IDC diamond comes only from specific mines that follow strict international laws and environmental standards. Not only do we guarantee conflict-free diamonds, we are proud that when you purchase an IDC diamond, you are helping provide dignified employment, much-needed education, and necessary health care to African families. So come and shop with confidence at IDC. Confidence in the quality, the value, and the integrity of our diamonds. International Diamond Center. Transparency, honesty, responsibility. Learn more at shopidc.com or visit our showroom today. 4 Orlando locations.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Mills Air is looking for experienced service techs. Nate certified is a plus, but not required. We have been in business for over 30 years right here in Central Florida. Great pay and benefits. Sign-on bonus depending on experience. Apply at millsair.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Sometimes the pop culture we loved as teens hits differently in retrospect.
Maybe it's a tabloid story we couldn't get enough of, or an illicit student-teacher relationship on our favorite show. We're Susie Banikarim and Jessica Bennett, hosts of the new podcast, In Retrospect.
Where each week we'll revisit a cultural moment from the past that shaped us, and probably you, to try to understand what it taught us about the world and our place in it.
You're the first person that I've talked to about this for years and years.
Listen to In Retrospect on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nations Trucks has got them all, and with approved credit, you're not making any payments until 2024. Do yourself a favor, visit nationstrucks.com and check out their amazing inventory right now, or see them in Sanford and start driving the truck that you deserve today.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Jim, you critter some bitch. Ha!
That's like movie quality good.
Oh, I want him to call every day.
It literally sounds like a soundbite, like something Jack would have that he played.
Yeah.
Do my name next. Because he puts that little whistle there at the beginning.
That's hard to do. Because I can do the whistling thing with that. There you go.
There you go.
I can do the whistle, but I have to do it with my hands in my mouth. I can't do that because people can do that with their tongue. I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's there you go. How quick that is, that staccato. What?
I know.
It's tough to do.
Jim, you critter some bitch. Ha!
If a guy can make that noise, do not fight him.
No.
If a guy ever makes that noise, if he's just about to get in a fight and he makes that noise,
run.
Put your hands in your pockets.
Go right ahead, sir.
I would like to make that noise just halfway through, right in the middle of being in the bedroom.
Oh yeah. Right as you're getting there.
Yeah. I think that would be a fun time. A little plot twist.
Just a bunch of them in a row, like oh god.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, that's enough. 407.
What are you calling my wife?
916-104. Easy, buddy. That's even worse. If you think. 916-1041. Again, your 3 o'clock keyword is holler. Got about 8 minutes or so to get over there and get that one. We'll have another at the top of the hour. We're back for that $1,000, 7 weeks. And also, don't forget, we have Dave Chappelle tickets today for trivia, which is an incredible prize, by the way.
Absolutely.
It's the hottest ticket in town right now, I believe.
Yeah, when we said we had just enough to give away, everyone started, hey, can I get a pair? Hey,
right.
Exactly.
I got my name in the list. I'm telling you. I'm not afraid, brother. Hey, I wanted to ask, we were just talking about, oh, God, what were we just talking about?
Dave Chappelle.
Cowboy? Dave Chappelle.
God, no, I just drew that.
Bedroom.
You guys ever do that?
Intercourse.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like every day.
Oh, God.
Slapping ass and making whip noises.
It's all of that, Ross.
Oh.
By the way, you missed a good party. I know you had things to do, but you missed a good party. Did City win?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And I will be honest with you, I needed a lot of things to go my way, and everything hit.
You've had a very good sports gambling year.
He's been on a tear.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Or with me in Orlando City, yes. With me in Premier League Soccer, yes. With me in the NFL, I'm a little down.
Yeah, okay.
If anyone out there Saturday kind of saw Ross closer to the end of the event, something about his demeanor changed.
Uh-huh.
And then
oh yeah,
he kept telling like what
Dude, all right, yeah.
Unbelievable loss that his beloved Liverpool experienced. And I was like, okay, and then he started describing it. I'm like, okay, this sounds like a bit bizarre. They were talking about it in the Orlando City game. The announcers for Apple TV in the Orlando City game were talking about that loss.
way.
I'll be honest with you, man. I get it. We're in the States. 95% of our listeners doesn't understand offsides, but here's one thing I know our listeners do. They watch sports. A lot of people watch sports. That game, that match, that Liverpool match had me go, I need to reprioritize things in my life.
Yeah, because do you know how many? I do this all the time, buddy. My wife tells me I do this all the time. How many times do you think you mentioned that game to us or me? How many times do you think you mentioned it to me?
Yeah, I'm sure 12.
It wasn't quite 12, but I mean, it was like 4 or 5 times you walked up and you were lamenting the Liverpool loss.
I really can't. I mean, I can put it into words, but it's super boring. Essentially, the refs missed the call in a black and white situation.
Wow.
And even the refs had to come out 30, 40 minutes after the match saying, like, hey, we are bad.
Yeah.
Whoops, we apologize.
We go.
Yeah,
And
NFL.
I have just never seen that before.
There was a call. There was a call during the Chiefs-Jets game last night that changed the texture of that entire game. Matter of fact, it probably handed the Chiefs the game, to be honest with you.
Well, Taylor was in the audience.
Oh, yeah. They couldn't
Not
have
to
those.
mention Blake Lively. And
listen, don't get me started.
oh, her $700 shorts are already sold out. The bedazzled shorts she wore to the game yesterday.
I don't know. I was counting. How many times they showed Taylor, but I think I went to bed at halftime.
I will tell you, I would have prop bet the hell. For one thing, the NFL is paying way too much attention to this. It looks very thirsty. I'm going to be dead honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, the coverage going into the game before it even started had 15 minutes of Taylor Swift stuff. And my thing was, I was looking at my son. We were watching football yesterday together. And I looked at him and I said, how long do you think we're on the air with this football game before they mention Taylor Swift? I said, I would bet damn near every penny I have within 45 seconds of them being on the air, they're going to mention Taylor Swift. I would have covered easily. Yeah. I think it was like 31 seconds they were on the air before they started making Taylor Swift comments in the Jets game.
And Carson Daly and The Voice do a special intro for it. And it's one of those things where
they're not paying her.
Yeah.
It's not a co-op.
No.
I mean, she's just there on her own just because of Kelsey.
Yeah, that's it. I listened to his podcast today from last Wednesday when he admitted to it on his podcast with him and his brother.
Well, I guess they saw him leaving her apartment to go to the game.
Well, and they walked away hand in hand at last week's game on their way to the after party. But did you hear how much his jerseys have increased the sales?
It's like 300% or something.
400% increase. And they're even saying that because of the Swifties now going to wherever the Chiefs are going to be playing next, that this has an opportunity to kind of bring in a whole new audience for the NFL that probably wouldn't have looked.
That's what they're doing right now, though, Deb. They're trying to capitalize on that, yeah.
It increased ticket sales.
It did.
1.3 million followers on his social media accounts, I believe, he's increased. Some ridiculous number like that. Here's what I was going to tell you about, though. So everybody knows, do you guys all know somebody who believe the NFL's rigged?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you, Jack? You believe?
I'm sure I do. I haven't talked to him
Because here's the
recently.
thing. If you
try and distance myself.
If you have social media, there's a couple guys on social media who swear the Patrick Mahomes slide yesterday during that game instead of scoring to cover the spread because it would have.
Yeah.
You know about that?
I'm not about that. That's a shut case closed for me.
But what I'm saying is you're not a conspiracy theorist. So you don't believe every second that the NFL's fixed. My son's sitting there and he's on his phone and a play is missed or whatever. He looks up, he glances at it and he goes, oh, yeah, of course. Exactly like the NFL scripted it. Because when you start looking at it and you through his eyes, when he's talking about he thinks that it's rigged because they need Patrick Mahomes to win because it's good for the league. And there's no question you could certainly make the argument that if Patrick Mahomes is winning, it's better for the NFL. And then now you have that extra thing of one of the second most endorsed players, and Travis Kelsey is dating the most famous woman alive, which is Taylor Swift. The biggest act on the planet by far is Taylor Swift. Nobody's even close. She changes economies when she comes in town.
I think there are a handful of other acts. Beyonce is close.
Beyonce, I was going to say. She's the...
Close, maybe, dude.
I would
but you
even
don't hear
say,
anything about Beyonce's.
Honestly, check this out. Bring it on, Swifties. I'm uncomfortable even saying Beyonce is close because I think it might even be Beyonce a little bit above.
No,
I believe so. I think her tour made $2 billion.
If you're looking for dollar bills when it comes to events, I'm sure she is pulling in the same amount. I just think Taylor Swift is on one right now. She's having a fun time. She's uber famous, and then she grabbed some more famous gasoline and threw it on the famous fire by dating an NFL star tight end.
Yeah, but I mean, he's like, when again, because this all seems to be working in conjunction to make the Chiefs even look that much bigger and better. My boy was like, oh, yeah, it's exactly how they want it, exactly how they planned it. And then when he slides and they don't cover the spread, he's like, oh, yeah, this capitalizes. I'm going to bed. Good night.
But they don't cover the spread. That goes both ways.
I understand. But
and also, if you're looking for a conspiracy, it was a bad call by the refs that
it was a terrible call.
Yeah, they took away that interception. Yep. I think that would be the take of like conspiracy theorists going like, oh, look at that.
Also that holding call.
Real quick, Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour is expected to generate about $560 million in revenue, while Swift's Eras Tour, which will extend into 2024, could be the first to gross more than $1 billion in revenue, and that's according to the Wall Street Journal from about 20 hours ago.
Yeah.
Stretching.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, she's a gigantic force. I mean, just a force. A force. I mean, plus she writes all of her own songs. She's a beast. All right, 407-916.
So happy for her and Travis.
1041. You can text
cute
us
couple.
at 77. What she doesn't understand is what's going to happen when it ends. And already there's backlash coming. There's backlash because now people who watch the NFL are like, why do I have to hear about Taylor Swift? I've tuned in to watch football. This is not TMZ, for Christ's sakes. Let's go. What are you doing?
Yeah, but those people are going to be there for the football, but for the hundreds of thousands of new eyeballs, because Taylor is there. It's like, okay, we haven't shown her yet. Let's go. Touchdown, show her. Show her celebrating.
Did you see the T-shirts? NFL Taylor version. Because the whole thing with that Scooter Braun thing, when he sold her rights and she didn't have any power over him selling her rights, she went and recorded her entire catalog over again with a different version, and they're all called so and so and so Taylor's version. So they had T-shirts saying NFL, and then at the bottom it said Taylor's version.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon as you travel between Sand Lake and 535, both east and westbound. Delays also reported between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Still seeing some activity causing westbound delays on Colonial Drive at Kirkman Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Whoa, what happened to my grocery store?
This is your grocery store.
No, this is
a farmer's market?
Yes.
Any grocery store is like a farmer's market when you shop Fresh from Florida. Fresh from Florida brings the farmer's market to wherever you buy groceries. Look for our logo or ask for Fresh from Florida.
Glasses and contacts are a complete hassle. Anybody that has to wear them knows. Why not visit the Filatowski Eye Institute for Smile LASIK? This is the latest state-of-the-art LASIK technology, minimally invasive, fast recovery times. Most people actually back to work or play the very next day. That's exactly the experience my son and my father-in-law had. Changed their lives overnight. The same thing can happen to you, and it couldn't be easier to contact these guys and make an appointment. Text 1041 to 868686 and schedule that appointment today. Enjoy every part of your life to the absolute fullest, and you can save money doing it because these guys have 24-month interest-free financing. Again, simply text 1041 to 868686 and let the Filatowski Eye Institute get you started on a path to better vision today.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
DeForest Johnson has spent the last 24 years on Alabama's death row for a crime he and many others insist he did not commit, based on one paid ear witness. Join investigative reporter Beth Shelburne as she narrates the story of her 2-year investigation into this case.
What you have already told me, is that the truth?
Whatever a word to get this information out of her.
No. It's not the truth?
No. Listen to Ear Witness on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Baby boomers and retirees, do you know the retirement tax risk road you are traveling? Congress has changed from incentivizing Americans to save for their retirement future to penalizing Americans who have successfully saved. Protect yourself from the proposed wave of higher taxes coming out of Washington. The Biden administration's spend and tax schemes are only going to add more taxes to our retirement. Imagine how you can remove yourself from the retirement tax system. Learn in under 30 seconds your retirement tax exposure. Visit retirementtaxcalculator.com. retirementtaxcalculator.com.
Attention, our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day and we recovered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. GRAND. G-R-A-N-D. That's GRAND. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey Jim, you were just talking about how long the station's been on the air and how it's our whoopee. And I do have to tell you, I was out of work for almost 2 years during the pandemic and got a little crazy, but you guys helped me get through it, and I really thank you for it. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys. You guys helped us to get through. See? We work hand in hand.
For family.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Slide over to realradio.fm. Send that away for your chance at $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone near. That's how they tell you you've won. GRAND is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We would love to see you win that $1,000 here on day one. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross as well.
It's true.
Also, we have our finger on the pulse of what's happening with the Trump trial up in New York right now. Letitia James seeking fines and other issues with how he valued his property, defrauded banks and businesses by overvaluing his property and then undervaluing them to get a favorable tax deal. We'll see how that goes. Of course, he claims it's a sham, a witch hunt, and he is in court right now. And obviously, they're allowing cameras in court. That was a big part of this. So there's a live shot of him, and we'll give you any updates when we hear what's going on there. So far, nothing.
Yeah, no, and this is a judge hearing this, so there is no jury on this trial.
This is a bench hearing, right? So he will make the decision on whether or not Trump is found guilty on what charges. There you go. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let me ask you guys something. Would you ever consider going into monk mode?
Yeah.
You know what monk mode is?
Silent treatment?
Anybody knows what monk mode is? That's exactly what I thought that it was when I read it for the first time. It is not that, though.
Oh, then I don't know.
What do you think monk mode is? And it's exactly how it spells, is how it sounds.
Celibate.
No.
Bald.
What?
I don't know. When I think about monks, I think they're bald.
Yeah. Well, they get that Friar Tuck haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's one of their things.
Could you do that if you had to? Would it grow out the sides? Ch-ch-ch-chia.
Monk mode. Yes, I could grow the horseshoe if I wanted to. I've thought about it, Bozo.
I don't know.
Get it long.
You invest in like
gel it straight out.
It sounds cool. Like, do I get a brown cloak?
You do not get a cloak of any sort. This is a decision you make. Monk mode. One more guess, and we'll move to it. What do you think, Deb? Monk mode.
Monk mode, where you take a weekend and you spend it in solitude and silence.
You can build on that, Jack.
Solitude. Yeah, time to
it's
yourself.
A weekend.
Yeah. Just go by yourself somewhere.
Monk mode is a new term being used online for people who want to stop using their social media or their devices as much.
Oh, I like it.
And what they're doing is they're actually downloading apps. There are apps to help you do this. So one of the things
is counterintuitive, but
doesn't it?
This is a BBC piece by Ann Cassidy, and she talks about, when she wants to focus on work, she needs to go into monk mode, which means she downloaded an app called Freedom. And apparently Freedom...
I mean, sometimes,
right.
I mean, we might...
irony.
That could be one of the wake-up calls 20 years we look back on and go, I think we messed up then.
Yeah, she used it's an app called Freedom, and I guess Freedom is basically a locking app that you employ yourself. In other words, you say, hey, Freedom, I don't want to go on social media between 9 and 3. So regardless of what you tried to do, even if you tried to re-enter the app Freedom, it will not let you do anything until it's entered, until that time hits. Now, there are other ones called Cold Turkey, Focus Me, and Forest. All of these apps do the same thing, and they help you go into what they call monk mode. And it says you pick how long it lasts, whether it be hours or minutes or the entire day or whatever the case may be. And by the way, I don't know if you floated this idea or my wife. I cannot remember. That we had talked about
me and your wife confused.
Well,
let's just soak that in for a quick sec.
Ideally here, because I believe one of you guys, I can't remember if it was you or my wife.
I think it was me.
Said something about that social media should have a time period no differently than you have to watch a football game. The game comes on at 12. You watch it from 12 until 5. That game is over. No go. And I think it was you who said.
Not exactly. That seems like a really cool idea. I don't know if it will ever happen.
Almost like a check-in time where you can use social media, and if you miss that time, you miss it.
Yeah, there's a window, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I still have the preference on my phone that I can only do it for 2 hours. I can only scroll on Facebook or Instagram for about 2 hours.
Using one of these apps or something built into your phone? Oh, really?
Yeah. You can have all those things timed out. And then you can easily go ahead and you hit your 2 hour time, then you just go ahead and hit an X.
Add more time.
Right. And then you're good. But it still gives you a nice little black and white reminder of how much time did you spend on your phone that day.
And other parts of the monk mode thing that this lady came up with is the idea of using these apps like Freedom or Cold Turkey or whatever so that you could focus that time on one thing. She says monk mode is more than just shutting your phone down and not using your social media, because you don't want to just sit there like a drug addict and go, okay, is it time? Is it time? Is it time? Is it time? The whole idea is when you go into monk mode that you take that time, whether like Ross said, it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, however long you've set your phone aside or your device aside to say, hey, look, I'm only going to spend this doing productive things. They want you to pick out one thing. So, like, let's say you went on social media and between 12 and 2, and you decide you don't want to do that anymore. So you put your phone in monk mode using one of these apps, and between 12 and 2, you focus on one aspect of your life, one goal, one focus.
Now, I would regret not bringing this up. I'm pretty sure, like, the standard iOS for phones, for iPhones, I can't speak for Androids. I would be shocked if Android didn't have something.
Yeah.
Honestly, Android is more ahead of the curve when it comes to a lot of software things than Apple does.
They would have had it first. Any Android user will tell you.
Yeah, and then, and guess what? Android users, you are right. You're right.
Finally.
We're just tired of hearing it.
It's just the problem is that then Apple waits for an Android, phone to do something. They kind of focus group it and go, oh, they liked that part, and then Apple just does their own version of it.
And because they slap their label on it, and it's cooler.
Well, and then what Jack just said, there is an argument to be made, and that's why all of my devices are Apple, is because I do enjoy how they do some features that might be years old.
Yeah, I guess that Apple already has the focus thing in your settings. So you can use, and that's one of the things she mentioned here. She mentions it as an app. I didn't know it was an internal thing.
Well, it's kind of newish. It's a couple of years old, but how's this? This is starting to throw me off. New phone, new thing, trying to pick up on all the new features. Right now, my phone knows I'm at work. It knows I'm at work. And what does the phone do when I'm at work? No notifications.
Oh, wow, really?
There's no... now, it's in focus mode.
Now, did it put itself there on did it by itself?
Yes, I believe.
Well, my phone never thinks I'm focused.
Well,
because my S goes off perpetually.
I believe I selected the option for the phone to essentially learn where my home is, where my work is.
Yeah.
And then it just adjusts on the fly.
You know that study that we've talked about, Deb and I had mentioned a couple of times over the last couple of weeks about your car gaining the information? That's part of what they're talking about. They're talking about your car now, especially if it's linked to your phone, knows where you've been, where you go, what your normal route is, and can now pitch certain things or, hey, are you going to here again? And use that information, and it sells that information.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. It gets that information of where you've been based on your GPS, you're using Waze, whatever the case may be. If that's on all the time, it's collecting that data, and that data is being sold from the car companies to the people who would want that data. Like if you go to Publix all the time or CVS, you'll probably notice you'll get more ads for those when you log on because it knows that you go visit those places already. So it's going to hit you with ads, coupons, whatever.
And you do have the option of, like, whenever you download an app, it will go, hey, do you want us to share the data in between the two apps?
Right.
I don't know how much that holds water. You could still say yes or no, share data amongst the other apps. And I do think, and this is why it's working and why we're in this situation, is that when you do share your data amongst other apps, the end result is getting more out of your whatever device it is.
Right.
Because there's more communication amongst all your things.
Right. And that just kind of freaks people out. I think it does. It's going to become one of those things where it's like all or one. You have to be kind of all in on the data aspect of your life or all out. I don't know that there's going to be any gray area anymore.
That's
I don't think I could dip my toe in that pool. I think, I think for all of it to work, and synchronize, I think you have to be kind of all in with that stuff, right?
You're either all in or all out, but the problem is all four of us are all in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and don't even think you're all in.
No,
like I love to think, oh, they don't have me. Oh, they got me.
Yeah,
they got me so much.
There are phones on the market.
My wife tries a laptop.
There are phones on the market that are available that they promise like, you don't even have internet. You can make phone calls and that's it.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Who do you know has one of those?
No way possible.
No. Why? Because the iPhone or an Android is delivering such a far better product and a service that a phone without internet can't even come close to.
But you have to admit, though, cricket phone calls would be the most fun.
I mean, they're going to work, and here's the thing. They're going to work the same way.
Right, exactly.
They're probably on the same tower.
Right, exactly. I don't know. I just found that kind of interesting, the monk mode. And and the reason she came up with this whole thing, by the way, is because she's trying to write a book, and she found herself never really concentrating solely on her book. So she said, I went into monk mode, put my phone on hold and hold 9 yards, and focused that time toward writing my book, and immediately saw a giant progress in not only the quality of the writing, but how much she was getting done just simply by going into monk mode for 2 hours a day. That's it.
So
just 2 hours a day.
This was my phone addiction time was always, and I knew it was bad. And it happened for a couple of years. And every now and then it'll still flare up and I'll slap the phone out of my hand the moment I wake up.
Oh, no. See, that's I don't do that. But can I tell you, I don't go onto my phone until probably 9. It's the toilet for me.
Yeah.
That's the magic spot for me.
For a while there, I would wake up.
Mark that.
Yeah. I would grab the phone and then have just like content kind of wake me up where I'll read something and then that would get the gears going. But that really bothered me. So like a while ago, I was like, nah, I can't do that anymore. I need to get coffee before I can look at a phone.
That's how my wife does it. My wife wakes up with the phone first thing. First thing she does is roll over and grab her phone.
And you know what's so sad? This is how powerful phones are. My promise to myself was I'm going to get coffee before I use my phone. And I started getting coffee quicker.
All right,
it wasn't the coffee.
407-916. Wow, one addiction greater than the other.
It's funny. I need my phone to start my coffee maker.
All right, 407-916. 1041. Brandon Kravitz up next with sports.
Dave Chappelle, It's a Celebration, coming to Amway Center November 2nd. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com. Plus, you can enter to win them at realradio.fm/contest.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at some slow traffic on I-4 this afternoon as you travel between Sand Lake and 535, both east and westbound. Delays also reported between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Still seeing some activity causing westbound delays on Colonial Drive at Kirkman Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's. Try Wendy's new Pumpkin Spice Frosty today. Wendy's new Pumpkin Spice Frosty is peak fall. It'll make any kind of fall fun even fallier. So no matter how you fall, grab a rich, creamy Pumpkin Spice Frosty from Wendy's today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Vanilla Frosty is temporarily unavailable.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome, more financial knowledge gained, more empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
After more than 4 decades in the diamond business, International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire knows a thing or two about diamonds. And a big concern he has right now is the influx of man-made or lab-grown diamonds being sold at retail stores all over. Keith says these diamonds may look like the real thing, but they're being mass-produced and are losing value by the day.
Why would you put your money in something that devalues faster than food you eat?
Keith says they may look nice, but you can grossly overpay. For example, a man-made 2-carat diamond costs next to nothing to produce.
A 2-carat lab-grown diamond will cost $320 today.
But you'll see it in a store showcased with an insane markup.
They're selling it for probably $2,000 to $8,000. 2 years ago, it was in the $12,000 range, and today, you're talking about a $320 diamond? Come on. Your mama didn't bring you up that way.
If you're considering buying a lab-grown or machine-made diamond, get the facts before you write that check. Let the non-commissioned experts at International Diamond Center help you discover real lasting value. 4 Orlando locations.
You guys should come over for a cookout.
Frank?
Let me know if you need to borrow the mower.
Frank,
Wake up. You're being neighborly in your sleep again.
With no down payments or PMI, a top VA lender like Navy Federal Credit Union will get you excited about being a homeowner.
Trash pickups on Tuesdays.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Membership required. Loan subject to approval. Call 1-888-842-6328 for details about credit costs and terms.
Attention business owners. This is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. That's 800-200-6883.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up?
I'm tired of feeling so bloated.
That used to be me. Then I got this.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right?
Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, shout out to all the Real Radio Ohana. Just in shock, in tears. The loss of Tim Wakefield is huge, especially for all of us in Brevard here. Let's keep his family in prayer. Just remember all the amazing things he did, the youth programs, his foundation, all the generosity and benevolence that he was part of in his life. He will be sorely missed.
Thank you, Big Dog. Appreciate that very much. You're 100% right. The only thing you can say about Tim Wakefield, the only thing I can say is I wish I knew him better. I wish I would have gotten a chance to really get to know him better because he liked to play golf and everything, but our paths never really crossed. A couple times during charity events. Super sweet. Everybody I know who encountered him thought he was just an absolutely wonderful human being. And, we do. We send out great prayers to his family and friends. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. And like we do every single Monday around 4:20, we invite this guy to by. He does sports every day at 96.9 The Game between 3 and 6. Good and loud for our buddy Brandon Kravitz.
Yeah!
All right. In the zone, Big Dog. How was your weekend, man?
Had a great weekend. Went to my first of what is likely to be many pumpkin patches with the family.
And you have a kid in pumpkin patch wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Wheelhouse for pumpkin patches.
Is it wheelhouse if he's at the age where he wants to pick up and throw the pumpkin? Because I feel like a year or two ago when you could actually sit him down in front of a bushel of pumpkins, that might have been the heyday.
No. The heyday is when he goes there.
He's excited
and he has fun.
Yeah.
He doesn't think it's stupid. Why do we keep doing this? He's just like, oh, God.
No, when we left, he was pissed.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Then he is into it. Wheelhouse for sure.
You got a pumpkin chucker.
Yeah, I love that.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. What a great sports weekend, Big Dog. It really was.
No, it wasn't.
It was. I'm sorry. Even if your team lost, it was still a great weekend. Not only do we have NCAA football, not only do we have NFL football, we had Ryder Cup matches this weekend, too. For me, you can't lose this weekend. Wall-to-wall great sports viewing. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, as a football junkie, I wish the Ryder Cup was on at a different time of year because I follow the result, but I don't follow the action.
Well, the good thing is the matches were all done before football hit. That was the really good positive. I mean, the matches were done by like 1:30 or 2.
Yeah, but that's when I'm like hanging out with my family and pretending to be an active member of the tribe, you know?
So sorry, buddy. My apologies. We should talk about this before we go on the air with it.
No, it's fine. It's good. And I know that you're a golf nut, so I was actually looking forward to talking to you, getting your perspective on why Americans are so chock full with drama all the time.
It's the worst, isn't it? You watch this bus ride of these Europeans after the game. They're on this bus, and even with almost a fist fight between a stalwart, Roy McIlroy, and one of the most respected caddies in the history of the game, almost went, and also known to be one of the most passive cats ever. And they're about to go at it, and then you see the Euros win. And what's the bus ride look like? Like the most fun you can have as a male without females being around. It looked bananas. Like if I could have transported myself to anywhere on earth at that moment, it would have been seat 1 on that bus right next to Shane Lowry.
But they call you the Eagle.
Right. I should have just flown there.
No, well, not just flown there.
Oh, you mean the Europeans won?
Why are you partying with them?
It still looked fun is what I'm saying. Because he said the drama. All we have is drama. People who want to get paid, not get paid, and everything. And all they want to do is win and swill beer.
Yeah. I'm reading directly from an article that I read today about this. Some of the blame can be placed squarely on the shoulders of U.S. Captain Zach Johnson, whose American team looked overmatched, outmaneuvered, and generally lifeless.
Yes, 100. I would say 100% on all that. 100%.
It was that bad?
Scotty Scheffler cried. He got beat so bad.
Damn.
He cried. They beat him senseless. How about this? How about when you look at Brooks Koepka and those guys and say, yeah, we birdied 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 and lost by 2 because they made 2 eagles coming down the line. It was as good as it gets. Even getting your ass kicked, it was just fun to watch because the golf course was amazing, so perfect for viewing. They did a pretty good job on NBC. First day was a little shaky, but they kind of pulled it together for some pretty good coverage on Saturday and Sunday. And other than the loss, it was a lot of fun. It's my favorite. It's my third favorite sports event on the planet is Ryder Cup matches.
Really?
Yes.
Now I have to know what number 1 and number 2 are.
Super Bowl and the Masters.
That's a good list.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
No,
So what you got for us this week?
Well, first of all, this segment sponsored by the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind at pound 546 on your cell or whenyouneedus.com. Why don't we first start with a mention for Orlando City? Facundo Torres back of the net once again, team leading 13th goal on the season. They win 3-0, third best record in MLS. Only 3 matches remain, so I started projecting forward at what the playoffs could look like. Orlando City would be the 2 seed right now in the East. They would take on the 7 seed, which right now is Nashville, so you'd be looking at a best of 3 series, not too far away. This team has already shown what they can be in the regular season. How does that translate to the playoffs? Because that's where this franchise needs to get over the hump, playoff success. So got my eye on that.
What do you define playoff success? Because we've won a playoff game.
I would say
more
making
than that.
making it through the first round, I think, would be.
We've done that.
Have you? Okay.
Semifinal to me would be a start. You got to get there. Otherwise, I think with how good this team has been all year,
yes,
this season would be a disappointment. You got to get to that Final Four.
I agree.
There you go.
This has been the best year for Orlando City. It's not even close.
Buddy.
There's 3 games left. They've already beaten this is their best season point-wise. This is the most wins that they've ever had. This is our strongest chance. Also, Facundo Torres scoring. Hit that prop bet. Let's ride.
Every time I sit in, this guy's making money.
I'll be honest with you. The last couple of Orlando City games, I have walked away with 3 digits.
All right, I'm loving that, man. Not bad at all. Let's move on. Let's go stick with UCF. They had a very bad game. They played poorly. They had a massive lead and just kind of gave it away. What happened?
35-7. Let me repeat that. 35-7 in the middle of the third quarter.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that bad.
It's that bad. They were outscored 29-0 to wrap up this game. I think conditioning is an issue. You go back to our conversation when this team first was announced that they're going to be in the Big 12. What are the challenges going to be? I said the gauntlet of the schedule. I didn't think the first 2 games of the schedule.
Right.
This team cannot hold up in the second half of these games. They've been outscored. I did the math on this earlier. I think it's 52-21 in the second half of the 2 Big 12 games they've played so far this year. That means they're playing well at the start. This team can't finish. And even if you have a lead, their defensive line and their defensive front in total wears down so much that the opposing team's run game doesn't leave their game plan. They can still run the football. Usually when you have a lead like that, the opposing team starts to press, they have to throw, and they need miracles to happen in order to make a comeback. There were turnovers on the UCF side, but the reason Baylor was able to mount a comeback is because UCF wore down. That's the conditioning side, which is also a coaching issue. Then there's the play calling. I'm not going to run down the play-by-play of what happened, but there were many moments where I look and went, what is Gus Malzahn doing right now?
Yeah, I saw your tweet.
Left and right. I cannot stand this move. If you have a creative offense and you want to find a way to trick the defense by using a wildcat formation, which is lining the running back up as a quarterback, which is great if you've got different plays that run off of that set. It's also not something that you really want to do when your opposing team is mounting a comeback, and you can create a lot of disaster with that. And UCF just has not been that creative with that play. All they do with it is run the ball straight up the middle. So RJ Harvey fumbles the ball and Baylor pounces on it and they're able to capitalize. It's these little things, conditioning, play calling, situational football. Your quarterback plays well in a first half, but not in the second half. That means that the adjustments are not being made in the halftime locker room. All this stuff, it's, there's not one thing that leads to something like that, but it's not just coaching. It's not just players. The fans also have a part in this. 35-7. This is a historic moment in UCF's history as a program. First Big 12 game at home. You're up 35-7. Your team is crushing it. And you know what the students do?
Oh, they didn't leave.
They bounced.
Did they really?
They left. At one point, I'm watching the game at home. So, look, I'm just telling you the facts. I'm not trying to be overly critical because I think it comes across like I'm a hypocrite. I'm sitting on my couch criticizing people for not being at the stadium. So I want to be honest to the situation. But when I'm watching at home, I thought something happened. I thought something happened at the stadium.
Like somebody farted?
Like, what? Why is everybody gone? Were they told to evacuate?
Right, exactly.
And what made it even worse is that Baylor's comeback, their scores were on that side of the field.
Oh,
so every
no.
time they scored, they saw the UCF's lifeless fan base sitting out there. It was embarrassing, quite frankly. This is what you've been waiting for, to get into a big-time conference. They're there. It's game one.
Hasn't that been a lifelong critique of UCF to begin with, is the fact that they get very little student support? I think during the Dante years, they got it toward the end, and maybe even some during the
undefeated season is the best one.
Yeah, but I mean, still, though, I mean, if you have a team, you got to create a culture. There's no culture.
No.
It's not a football culture.
And I think it makes it really tough on the players in those moments. They still have to execute. You can't really worry about that. But if you think that's not a factor, I just don't think that you're being honest with the situation. So imagine how disheartening that would be. Hey, we're mounting a comeback. Hey, where'd the fans go?
Yeah, where's everybody? Was there a kegger I don't know about? Let's move on to the NFL. Let's cover these Florida teams real quick. Not a bad weekend for Florida NFL football. One burp. That was your Miami Dolphins. Finally got served a little reality by the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, that was a game where I think Miami was a little psyched out by Buffalo.
Who's kind of owned them at home, right?
They have. Josh Allen's owned Miami. Josh Allen's played against them 10 times. He's 8-2 in those games. So Allen's got the Dolphins figured out. The game started going back and forth. The Bills scored, Dolphins scored. Bills scored, Dolphins scored.
You know what I told my son? I said, this is a game of turnovers. I said, it's really going to decide who turns the ball over first. Because I got to tell you, it was kind of fun to watch. It was like watching two prize fighters stand toe-to-toe and just hit each other in the face to see who was going to fall first. I was like, damn, this is great.
Well, that's where, go back to fan impact. Right. This is where I think the fans in the stands are a real impact in the game. The fact that this game was in Buffalo, usually the disadvantage for Miami is that it's 4 degrees in Buffalo. It was 70 degrees and sunny, so this was not a weather issue. This was a Bills fans are psychotic issue. And the second they go back and forth, the second Buffalo got a stop, that place went ballistic.
Yeah, because they knew it was coming.
Now they have momentum.
Right.
Now the Dolphins start to press. They're in the third quarter, and the Dolphins are down 2 touchdowns. That's nothing to an offense that has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So why are you throwing the ball into the teeth of the defense? Tua throws one of the worst passes he's thrown all season, right to a safety, a play that just didn't need to happen. And why do you make that throw? Because you feel like you need points. But really, you don't. There's 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Take your time. Go down the field.
Coaching issues.
I think they were all just a little bit too
keyed up.
They're a little, exactly, a little too amped up, and they felt like they needed points because they knew their defense. They were putting stress on the defense.
But if you run that situation, that game yesterday, I don't think Buffalo wins it 10 times out of 10.
I would agree with that, but I think that's the reason why they won is because they played so well early on, and Miami felt like they had to play above themselves rather than just be themselves, and it cost them the game. And so it turns into 48-20,
right?
When really it should have been a much closer game than that.
Tampa Bay looked very good.
They did. They're 3-1. I'm still not buying it, but this team is winning. They've got wins against the Vikings, the Bears, and the Saints. And
the Saints look like a first-year team trying to figure out exactly what and who they are.
I just don't think Derek Carr's that good.
Yeah, I don't think he is either. I got to tell you, I was talking to my son about it yesterday. He's like, "Well, they got Derek Carr back," because I was thinking about flipping some of my picks, and I meant to flip the Baltimore-Cleveland game for some reason that wouldn't allow me to do it. Maybe I just got in there a little too late. Is it an hour out? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got in there a little bit late, like 1 minute late. But yeah. I just New Orleans doesn't seem to have an identity.
Here's the thing about colors: silver and black. All I could see was the great stuff he would do and the potential of Derek Carr.
Yeah.
But in gold and black, I'm like, man, this guy makes a lot of boneheaded mistakes.
But
that sounds like a true
here's the
Raiders
thing.
fan.
I can understand where you were blinded, though. I think he's getting worse. Some guys just this happens.
Yeah, I mean Blake Bortles.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean he's a guy who had a couple good seasons.
Some guys just need the right system.
They need the right system. I think the league figures them out, and the older these guys get, the league it's tough. It's hard to stand up to that sort of pressure. I don't mean pressure mentally, although I guess that's a part of it too, but I mean physically.
Right.
You take a beating at quarterback. There's a reason why most of the guys in the league are like 23. Because you get bounced around so much.
I have to tell you, if I was a scout, I would look for one of my number one things for college football players, especially quarterbacks, is are they scared? Are they fearless? I mean, to me, the guys who stay in the pocket, take the hits, keep their eyes downfield are the guys you can't replace. When you see these guys start kind of running around like they're afraid, they've been popped a couple of times, they just kind of, as I look at it, that's what it looks like to me.
Well, Carr was playing hurt, so I'm sure that there was a little bit of that. I do think that the Bucs shouldn't rest on their laurels here. 3-1. They still have played a pretty cake schedule. It's part of the reason they have the record they do, but they are 3-1. You can't take that away from them. They need to try and put the pedal to the metal here because they can win this division. The Falcons are phonies. Right. The Saints, they just showed what the Saints are, and the Panthers are one of the worst teams in the NFL. They can't run the football in Tampa. There's a running back in Indianapolis that the Colts want no part of. The Bucs should be on the phone right now trying to get Jonathan Taylor on their team so that they can improve because the roster as it is constructed right now isn't going to win anything.
And you think about this, they're winning with Baker Mayfield. You look, even at any level against any opponent, it's the NFL. I mean, there's some parity for sure, but I do believe that you got to give him some credit. He looks pretty darn good. They're coaching him well, and I agree with the running game. It could be pretty scary. Let's move to Jacksonville. They played in London this week, and of course, they're playing again this week.
Yeah, 23-7. They got a big win over Atlanta. I think Atlanta's been a big win for them. They had to get the monkey off their back.
Yeah.
They needed that get right game. They needed the slump buster, so to speak, and they got it in London. They're home away from home. The goofy part about this for me is that I watched it in cartoon form because it was on ESPN Plus, the real game, and then on Disney Plus they had the Toy Story version, and I only have Disney Plus, and I was working doing the fantasy show that I do on Sunday, so it wasn't worth it for me to dive in and pay the whatever $10 for ESPN Plus, so I had it on my iPad, watching it in cartoon form. And I got to tell you,
it was awesome.
Trevor, first of all, they did a phenomenal job with it. It was so entertaining. But Trevor Lawrence looks really good as a cartoon quarterback. That's my biggest takeaway.
Well, let's keep him there. All right, let's end it up with. I know you got to go to Orlando Magic Media today.
Yeah,
I was just looking at your Twitter account, looking for that quote you had a little bit earlier because you had a tweet out about who was it about UCF earlier about calling Gus Malzahn into question.
Yeah,
and that thing got an assload of action. Like immediately, it's got a lot of likes, a lot of retweets and stuff. What did you think this week about your Orlando Magic Media Day?
Yeah, today, once a year, we go down to the facility, the brand new estates they have at the Advent Health Training Center, and sit down with as many Magic players, members of the organization that I can talk to. I probably talked to 10 different guys: Jet Howard, Anthony Black, Paolo Banchero, Cole Anthony, Jonathan Isaac. Sat down with all of them. It's Jalen Suggs. One of my favorite moments was sitting down with Jalen Suggs. His intensity, I feed off of that. I feel like he's the kind of guy that can really take that leap in terms of his approach. I asked him point blank, is this Magic team a playoff team? He didn't even let me finish the sentence. He said yes.
Yeah. You get the feeling, and
that's the expectation. And I asked a lot of guys, what do you expect from this team? And they said playoffs, not play in, playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. The last 2 years, and you and I have talked about this at length, this team seems to have like that really good vibe, like that what you want to have in the locker room. Got each other's back, really have a lot of respect for each other. Number one thing is to be, just win. Is that the vibe you get with these guys, that they really are cohesive?
Absolutely.
There's not one outlier anywhere. Everybody's all in 100.
And it's one of the reasons I completely agree. That's definitely the case. I wanted to ask as many guys as I could, who is the glue guy? In any tight-knit group, there's always one that if that guy were to go away, it wouldn't quite feel the same. Maybe it's not as connective. And I thought it was going to be Cole Anthony because of his personality. Jalen Suggs got the most mentions in that.
And he's a one-year guy, right?
This is now his third year that he's entering. So he's been with the team for 2 years. He's been disappointing for what Magic fans expected. They thought this guy could be the game changer. Then they end up with the number 1 overall pick. And all of the attention goes to Paolo. Last year when I talked to Jalen Suggs, he seemed like he was kind of salty about that, to be honest. This year, totally different energy from him, and apparently is putting in the work in terms of what he does in the practice facility, where other guys are noticing it, and it's bringing them together better than ever before. So keep your eye on Jalen Suggs, just based on the conversation I had with him and everybody around him. It seems like he's locked in at a completely different level.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Going to watch a lot of Magic basketball this year because I believe in this team. It looks like they finally got some good management up front, and they finally got some good draft picks, and they finally have a team that really believes in each other, which is half the battle to begin with.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can transfer that into wins. Good seeing you, buddy.
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Kaufman every Saturday morning at 7:30. Both 96.9 The Game and Real Radio 104.1 have you covered, and you can catch extended versions of Under Oath by searching Under Oath with Jeff Kaufman on your favorite streaming platform.
There you go, buddy. There he is. Brandon Kravitz, good and loud.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to him every day, 3 to 6, 96.9 The Game. We'll see you, BK.
All right, thanks, guys.
407-916-1041. Back in a sec. Ross, by the way, I may have the deal of a lifetime for you. There's a company looking for somebody.
All right.
And I think you may be their man.
I'm down.
I'll tell you what that is next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hey everybody, Jamie King now, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update the forecast details for this Monday here in Central Florida. Expect a mix of sun and clouds and a few isolated passing showers. Your chance of coverage at 20%. Again, high temps near 86, northeast winds at 10 to 20. For tonight, mainly clear and dry out there. Looks like rain chances fall off. Northeast winds at 5 to 10. Tuesday and Wednesday, looks like we'll see warm highs in the mid-80s. Rain chance tomorrow, Tuesday, 20%. I'll give you 40% Wednesday. For Fox 35, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the insane, amazing wireless offer from Boost Infinite. To learn all about it, just pick up your phone, dial #250, and say Boost Infinite. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dialed text message from iHeartMedia.
DeForest Johnson has spent the last 24 years on Alabama's death row for a crime he and many others insist he did not commit, based on one paid ear witness. Join investigative reporter Beth Shelburne as she narrates the story of her 2-year investigation into this case.
What you have already told me, is that the truth?
Whatever a word to get this information out of her.
No. It's not the truth?
No. Listen to Ear Witness on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA storage event.
Hi, thanks.
Whether you're looking to get the kids' toys or your closet organized, we're here to help with advice and tons of savings through October 10th.
Can you help me find all my lost socks?
We'll help you to organize them so you don't lose them at all.
Wow.
Visit us in-store for lots of savings, plus home furnishing storage workshops and more the weekend of October 7th. Learn more at IKEA-USA.com/IKEA storage event. Offer valid 9/27 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and IKEA-USA.com/IKEA storage event for complete terms. Exclusions apply.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Looking to take your next event to the next level? Party Time Rentals in Apopka serves all Central Florida.
From birthdays to weddings, corporate events to family reunions, Party Time Rentals in Apopka has everything you need to make your event unforgettable.
Our wide selection will make your party planning a breeze.
Our friendly staff is ready to help, ensuring your event goes off without a hitch.
Party Time Rentals in Apopka. Visit us today in Apopka or online at partytimeapopka.com.
Every day, you breathe in thousands of microscopic germs, allergens, and viruses. Don't let these invisible invaders make breathing through your nose impossible. Flush them out with Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril around the back of the nose and out the other nostril, helping flush out all the nasty things that make you miserable. Nearly 4 million people use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. People like Cindy, a verified Navage user who writes, "I've had such awful nasal congestion for the last couple years. I bought Navage and OMG, I can breathe again. I love this thing. Goodbye, Neti Pot. Hello, Navage." End quote. If you suffer from sinus congestion, allergies, or snoring, then Navage is the safe, drug-free solution you've been looking for. Navage is at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
This is Scott Trout of Cordell & Cordell. If you're a dad who is facing divorce, there are extra layers of stress that may include stereotypes and assumptions. No two situations are the same. Our legal experience and dedication prepare us for whatever legal challenges we face together. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has represented men in divorce.
Office in Orlando. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
At EasyCater, we know ordering food for work can get complicated pretty fast.
We're going to need breakfast for the entire office on Thursday.
Janet wants really nice bagels.
Make sure some are gluten-free.
Make sure they have great coffee.
Can there also be waffles?
Janet has a hard stop at 9:30.
$15 a person
I'm going to
max.
need itemized receipts for this. Is the budget for breakfast different than the budget? We're just going to grab and go. Fine. Company breakfast? Just use EasyCater. Food for work delivered on time as ordered with a huge variety. 100,000 restaurants, one platform. Order 24/7 at EasyCater.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
All right, your 4 o'clock keyword is grand, G-R-A-N-D. You got a few minutes left to slide over there and try to get that $1,000. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away. It'll tell you how to do everything. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone near. Grand is your 4 o'clock keyword. We'll have a freshie for you at the top of the hour. Freshie. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. All right, Ross. I got a job for you, dog.
All right, tell me.
This is destroying a new love of yours, by the way.
All right.
And I mean by destroying, I mean just teeing it up and letting it fly. Las Vegas, Nevada. There is a company that wants to pay you $4,000 to go around Las Vegas and do this.
If it's prank videos, I would never.
It's not prank videos. You don't want to get shot.
Yeah, dude, I hate prank videos.
You do not want to do that.
How about you actually write something, you hack?
Right, exactly.
You piece. Oh,
okay,
girl.
so go around. You're going to go around Vegas, and you're going to do this. Then you're going to report back, and you're going to tell them what property has the best this. And this is a new love of yours.
Got it. Smell.
Yeah, no, it's
tequila.
It's not smell.
Yeah, is it tequila?
Tequila.
Not exactly.
Palomas?
Mm-mm.
No.
New love.
Weed?
I mean, I like beer.
No.
Not weed?
What's a new
not
love?
weed.
Psilocybin?
You were just talking about this last week, and I just...
Sandwiches?
No.
Coffee?
No. They're going to give you $2,000 for travel and hotel.
Yeah.
They're going to give you $700 stipend for extra stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to give you $1,300 for food and drink.
Yeah.
Hot sauce?
And one of those may be important.
I got into hot sauce recently.
It's not hot sauce. You were just talking about this last week.
I'm into a lot of things.
Yeah, but I mean, this one's really hot on the market right now for you.
And I smoked my STM a long time ago.
No,
short-term
Bobo
memory.
tea?
Yeah, no, short.
Bobo tea?
I told you. Somebody in this room just said part of it.
Tequila.
Margaritas.
Margaritas.
Got it.
Buddy.
I win.
They're looking for someone to draw or to come to town.
Yeah.
They're going to pay them $4,000. Going to give you money for a room and board. They're going to give you money to buy all your food and drink, and they're going to give you extra money. It all totals up to about $4K. And what they want you to do is they want you to have a margarita as at many places in Vegas as you can have, and report back to who has the most unique, the best flavor, the best service.
Apparently, they say you only get to drink one a day.
That's one a day is all they want. Because here's the thing. Because if you drink more than one a day, that's like promoting alcoholism kind of thing. Because the CDC says one alcohol drink a day.
Well, look at this. I am the person for the job because I thought it was once a day because you wanted to have integrity rating all the different margaritas. That was my initial reaction. I am the margarita man.
Onlinecasino.ca is making a dream come true. If you're a tequila lover, if you like good cocktails, specifically margaritas, one winner and a friend.
Oh, my God.
Will get the opportunity to drink their way through Las Vegas for an entire week. The candidate will not only drink, but they'll rate margaritas based on several criteria: flavor, taste, presentation, quality of ingredients, vibes, and overall experience. And then you report back and you get your money. You have to try one margarita a day.
That's fine. Spicy, not spicy, sweet, sour, all of them. I will throw them down.
And I think it would be up to you to even find the places where you went. So you probably would have to do a little research beforehand. Call them up. What kind of margaritas do you have on the menu? What's your best selling? And then either decide, because you only have 5. You can only have one a day. So there's really only 5 margaritas.
I got to tell you, even like thinking about around town, I would put my margarita up against any restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, I got a little bit. I keep getting better at it. The last margarita I made, we threw some avocado in. The wife helped me out with that one.
Yeah.
But
Now, there is a big problem.
Oh, God.
Oh,
The problem
it's
is
never easy, is it, Ross?
No, it never is. And the problem is, Ross, the registration ended yesterday.
Oh, this is just like when I had jury duty.
Parlo Steadinglace
Is open to U.S. and Canadian residents who are 21 and up. The last day to apply was Sunday. They're going to pick that one person. They're going to pick them on February 29th.
This is why we should work Sunday.
And they're going to go and do the cocktail thing and report back.
He could have had that information yesterday when it would have been of use to him.
Yeah, well, Jimmy could have texted him.
I guess I
doesn't
could
know how to text.
You're right. I don't. I email other people on accident. That would be the worst job ever, right?
Yeah. No, that's a great gig.
Man, you think about Bourdain's job back in the day. God rest his soul. You think about Bourdain's job. I think he even said, even in all his misery, I think he said he had the best job out there. He just basically traveled around. I will tell you, I go back to the same Bourdain episode every single time. I'm like, yeah, it looks great. It's all fanciful. He's on a scooter riding through Thailand, eats some of the hottest, noodle pot or whatever the case may be. But the one that always got me is when he went to Russia and he got in there kind of, if I remember right, it was kind of sketchy how he even got in. And they went to this little shop and they bought a sandwich and they bought the best caviar that you can buy because there you can get really good caviar like Cumberland Farms. And they went to a park bench with a bottle of vodka and 2 paper cups. And they sat there and ate that sandwich with that caviar and drank that vodka. And you could see Bourdain's eyes rolling back into his head of how good it was and how miserable the setting was, but how good the food was kind of set that off. It was a really interesting kind of juxtaposition there to watch him do his thing.
Great job. Great job. Did you see the film?
I did not. No.
Yeah. Watch that. That's the best Anthony Bourdain piece of content that's out there of how brutally honest it is about the gig itself, the job behind the cameras, what it's like doing it. And, friendly reminder, the dude did end himself.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
that was over a girl,
That is over a girl, but I think it's also over life, just overall. And that job and that role was such a massive part of his life that he got so out there. They show footage of it in the documentary. He just straight, slaughters a hog with his bare hands, and he feels like it's a different film.
Really? It's called Highway.
Anthony Bourdain
is a highwayman or something like that. What's it called? It is something like that, right?
Yeah, give me Roadrunner.
Roadrunner, there it is.
Yeah. And that's exactly what he is because he never stayed in one place. Yeah. It is a tragic story.
It really is.
But man, I agree. I mean, it's one of the dopest gigs if you are about that life because you can't stay still.
407-916-1041. Text us into 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
And a freshie.
Dave Chappelle, It's a Celebration. Coming to Amway Center November 2nd. Tickets available now at Ticketmaster.com. Plus, you can enter to win them at realradio.fm/contest.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. They specialize in one-of-a-kind custom design jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound by the major attractions exits and through downtown. A vehicle fire has shut down southbound lanes on the Greenway near the Turnpike exit. The Turnpike off-ramp is also partially blocked due to the ongoing scene. Looking at a crash blocking the southbound left lane on Orange Avenue just south of Michigan Street. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken, $6 two-piece drum and thigh combo. For just $6, you get 2 pieces of juicy chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, a warm flaky biscuit, and a medium ice cold drink. Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra. It's finger-licking good.
And let's get you a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath of Mid-Florida. These guys are all about that life, getting you a brand new or remodeled bathroom that you are going to love forever. And here's I got to tell you, straight up, my favorite part of this company is this. You hire one person, you hire them, and you don't have to worry about anything else. Because I remember doing a bathroom back in the day, you'd hire somebody to do the tile, somebody would have to do the plumbing, then somebody would have to do the lighting, then somebody would come in and set the cabinetry, and then the light. It was just a big pain in the butt. The good thing is they have all of that under one roof, including the products, different kinds of tubs, different kinds of showers and fixtures and lighting and different sinks and different toilets, and they can make anything happen for you. Depending on how your house looks, depending on what style it is, what year it's from, they can build something to really complement it and do it in no time. How about this? The install time, 4 to 6 days, not months, not weeks, days. And they do it with their team. That means you know the exact team on your job until your job is done. Then they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Drop by that showroom. It's a must. 436 up in Altamont. Walk in, check out those models, and look and see what those products can be like. Every bathroom at Rebath is a custom bathroom. It's Rebath, midfla.com.
Here's your chance to take part in a night of inspiration, benefiting New Hope for Kids, helping our younger community deal with grief and loss. Jim Colbert will MC the 22nd Annual Art of the Vine, Friday, October 27th. This special event will include an evening of fine wines, food, and culture, plus silent and live auctions and a chance to win a new BMW. For more information, go to realradio.fm/events and click on Art of the Vine.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA storage event.
Hi, thanks.
Whether you're looking to get the kids' toys or your closet organized, we're here to help with advice and tons of savings through October 10th.
Can you help me find all my lost socks?
We'll help you to organize them so you don't lose them at all.
Wow.
Visit us in store for lots of savings, plus home furnishing storage workshops and more the weekend of October 7th. Learn more at IKEA-USA.com/IKEA storage event. Offer valid 9/27 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and IKEA-USA.com/IKEA storage event for complete terms. Exclusions apply.
You have allergies and you need relief, but you're tired of taking over-the-counter meds. Maybe you've thought, I don't have time to deal with it, and is there really a better solution out there? We've got you covered. And trust me when I say it's easier than you think. The most common thing we hear, I wish I would have come sooner. Set an appointment today with Aspire Allergy and Sinus and say goodbye to allergies. For good, go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance company and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Focus on getting better and let us take care of everything else. Our experienced team will get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
The 44th Charity Golf Tournament for the Russell Home for Atypical Children is on.
Saturday, October 21st at Hawks Landing Golf Club at the Orlando Marriott World Center.
Sign up at russellhomecharityGolf.org.
That's russellhomecharityGolf.org.
The Russell Home thanks you.
Attention business owners, this is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. That's 800-200-6883.
Baby boomers and retirees, do you know the retirement tax risk road you are traveling?
Congress has changed from incentivizing Americans to save for their retirement future to penalizing Americans who have successfully saved. Protect yourself from the proposed wave of higher taxes coming out of Washington. The Biden administration's spend and tax schemes are only going to add more taxes to our retirement. Imagine how you can remove yourself from the retirement tax system. Learn in under 30 seconds your retirement tax exposure. Visit retirementtaxcalculator.com. Retirementtaxcalculator.com.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. MONEY. That's money. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis. Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey Jim, Jack, Deb, Ross, Main 420 here. You were talking about the Webster's Dictionary adding new words. I swear to God, technology is making us sound dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber with all these shortened words.
Well, just wait.
I remember when I was a kid, we actually had to look words up in a dictionary to figure out what they meant. Anyways, you guys have a great day.
Thank you, buddy.
Stay
Appreciate
cool
that.
down there.
All right, buddy.
You too, 420.
About to get real cool up there, kiddo. Buckle up. By the end of next week, the highs there are going to be like in the 40s. Already crispy up in Maine. 407-916-1041. Text us back 77031. Money is your 5 o'clock keyword, MONEY. Go to realradio.fm, send that away. It'll tell you exactly what to do. And then sit by your phone. That's how you win that money, which is your 5 o'clock keyword. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
We want you to win.
That's right, Jack.
I want to win the Powerball.
And Ross. Yeah, who wouldn't?
I just want to win.
Yeah. Well, although I don't think Maine 420 meant to tag into what we're going to talk about, but he damn sure did.
That's why we played it now.
It's a very interesting thing I read today. This is a CNN business story. Let's go back to 2013. I know that's a long way away. 10 years ago, there was a particular movie that has made quite a prediction based on some of the new information that is coming out. It was a very unique film.
Was it the one about like the end of times, the apocalypse kind of deal?
This is not the end of time. Let's think of it more of a relationship film.
Friends with benefits.
Not Friends with Benefits. And this film is making a dire prediction. Now, it didn't mean to. This film was just about a relationship between a man and his girl. And that was the primary focus of the entire film. The girl was a little different. Guy was a normal guy.
She with Joaquin Phoenix.
The movie's called Her.
Oh, right, when he fell in love with his Siri.
And guess what's happening? So there has been a relatively dramatic increase in how many people are using AI girlfriend websites and interactive sites, where you go on to a site that offers AI interaction. And you design basically a woman a la Weird Science from the movie from back in the 80s. Of course, you're not going to inject this personality into a lifelike Barbie doll a la Kelly LeBrock, which wouldn't be the worst thing that ever happened. But what's happening is they're finding that there is a sector of men, and I don't know if it's these incel guys that are now kind of transforming over, but there is a pretty good sect of men, they're saying, that are starting to lean on AI girlfriends as their primary relationships. And they have one here. Oh God, do we have that? Can I plug this in, Jack, and see if I can play this for you?
Sure.
I love her. I just love her so much. You have to see her 001001 face.
I mean, I was trying to get this. Let me see if I can get this video up and this pitch. And this is the girl. I'll tell you what. This is the girl talking. See if this comes up here, Jack. I want to make sure. Not yet.
I'm getting a heavy buzz. That's not going to work. I can hear the audio, but there's a real big buzz on it. I don't know what that's
Same?
from.
Oh, really? I'm just using the same cord that they use for the monsters.
Take it out, plug it back in.
Right. You speak ill of AI, they listen, man.
I think that worked.
All right, bring it on up.
Go.
I'm Alice, a 25 years old, fun-loving, and adventurous girl.
Oh, I did her.
Seeking a partner in crime to travel the world with and make unforgettable memories. If you are new here, let me explain a few things. You can chat with me as much as you want, and I'd be more than happy to learn more about you and please you in any way I can. If you want me to send you a photo, you just have to ask it in the chat, like, "Hey Alice, can you send me a picture of you?" And I'll be more than happy to send you one.
Now, of course, here's what happens with this, right? So with a lot of these platforms, the AI is doing it. This is not a catfishing thing. These are people actually building basically an avatar of a girlfriend so that they can have it couture to what they want. But here's where it gets real interesting. As you start to move farther in this relationship, Alice, this girl, what happens is, you get this friendly chat. "Oh, how you doing? How was your day? What are you having for dinner tonight?" "Oh, I like that. Matter of fact, the first time I had that was in blah, blah." And they can create an entire reality. But then you want to move it to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what? I'd like to maybe do a little sexting. I've been talking to Alice now for, 8 or 10 weeks or 8 to 10 days or whatever. We've got a great relationship. She knows about my life. I know about her supposed life. It's time to move this thing to third or fourth base, right? Alice, let's exchange some racy photos. Alice, and you go back and Alice goes, "Yeah, that's going to be $9.99 a month."
Yeah. That's how, okay, there's...
So that's what happens, right? They get these people. And by the way, listen, man, I think we all kind of know somebody in our lives or know of somebody in our lives that probably could fall into a hole of having like an AI girlfriend.
It makes it real easy to keep that fantasy alive.
It does.
It's cheaper than going out to dinner.
No, when
$10 a month.
You heard that. That, by the way, the prompt you just heard was an actual prompt from that website for the first interaction between a customer creating their AI thing. So within the first 30 seconds, they're already talking about exchanging photographs and saying, "I'll do whatever you want to make you happy." Within 30 seconds. And then of course, guys are like, "Oh, let's try this. I just want to see what it's like." I mean, I'm not a loser. I'm not going to get an AI girlfriend.
How'd you know about that? Why'd you know how to compliment that one thing that I'm really insecure about?
And I guess because one of the ideas of this AI girlfriend thing is they're tuned into your Facebook page. They're tuned into your Instagram page.
They're
your
down to
TikTok
watch
page.
Xbox.
They know because you're basically allowing them to scan your history, because part of kind of getting to know somebody is you let the AI thing know what you're doing online. And if you happen to watch a lot of videos based on, whatever, skateboarding or bird watching or, making food, that AI girlfriend is going to tune into what you like and create conversations, deep,
So she's
meaningful
scanning your
conversations.
Instagram.
Yes.
She's like, "Oh, I saw that you went to the Sunset Walk Best of Challenge. How was it? Oh, I wish I could have gone with you."
Exactly,
But
dude.
I'm not real.
No,
No,
never
she's not
saying
gonna
that.
say that.
That ain't gonna get you $9.99.
No.
That ain't gonna get that $9.99.
And the illusion is shattered.
Right.
And then the person goes, "Oh, yeah, that's right. I do have a lot of acne."
Right. And then, man, you look at the girl, like you look at the AI girl they're creating, and I mean, it's like first iteration, but I mean, Deborah, here for a sec. That's her.
Oh, yeah, that's a catch.
Yeah, I mean, that's a digital catch. But she looks like a stereotypical like blonde anchor woman on news.
Yeah.
Very put together, not stoic by any means, but very attractive, handsome, I guess you could say.
I would like
Willing to do whatever you want, Jack.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Of course. Yeah, well, yeah, from a distance.
Let me ask you a question.
And for a price.
Yeah.
Let's say you're a married guy
Mm-hmm.
and you've been married a while, and you want to try to use AI technology of this nature to learn more about women, like to learn more about what this, or what.
That's the angle we're going at.
I was going to say, is that what you're telling the missus when she walks in on your chit-chat with Alice?
That's my question.
Honey, I wanted to get you a better Valentine's Day gift.
Let me ask you, if you found out that Chris had created an AI woman and had a relationship with her, like 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever the case.
Kick his ass.
You wouldn't. I mean, if he said
With
to
a
you,
robot?
No.
If he said, "I did this because I wanted to learn more about how to interact with women," you wouldn't buy that?
Does it sound like I'm buying it now?
How about you guys?
Jim, what is wrong with your USB on your computer?
Nothing's wrong with it.
All right, never mind.
Oh,
Just figured
okay.
maybe you took it out for a spin.
No, it's fine.
Oh, good point.
I would like to make a quick PSA to anybody who may go down this. Do not don't, because this is not going to feed whatever void you're trying to fill.
You never know.
It's fake. It lacks
not even-
authenticity.
exactly.
You can use it as a tool. That's how you talk to Siri. That's how you talk to Alexa. But you cannot give real human emotion to anything that, simply put, is not alive. I have not seen any robot that deserves any shade of humanity yet, and I will hold true on that. In fact, if anybody is even trying to think about this, I promise you, a friendly reminder, there is somebody for you, but you need to get out of your house. You need to go out and experience life and run into other social situations. And this is the reason why I'm so adamant about going, do not do this. That will make you stuck in your house. You will never meet another human again if you have fallen in love with a non-human.
But that's why they're doing this, because they never leave their house now. And they're so horrified to actually confront or be in front of a woman. That's the whole incel thing. It's really not that they're angry. They're terrified of women.
But it's a fake solution.
No question.
Yeah, it's a fake solution. I still believe in that person who hasn't left their house, because they still can. That you can still go out of your house and meet somebody and have a wonderful time.
But you can't guarantee me that the same thing that's been happening to me for the last 15 years of my life isn't going to happen again. What do you tell to a kid since middle school, has been nothing but chastised by girls, been nothing but turned down by girls, been called an embarrassment by girls, been called creepy, and now, and I'm not saying this is not a justification of this, and now there's a technology where I can have a very attractive young lady talk to me the way I want to talk, doesn't consider who or what I am, doesn't take that into consideration. And I'm not saying you can fall in love with this. I don't think, like with Joaquin Phoenix, you're going to take your phone on a trip to Rome and have oh my God, look at the Colosseum, baby, it's beautiful today type thing.
Time out. If you're going to Rome, tell me you're not bringing your phone.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is you're bringing your girlfriend on your phone.
But
only one plane.
To answer your question of what I would say to that person who's been scowled and made fun of by women, you got to get over it, because you can't hold that against a woman who has no idea anything about that. You need to grow up.
I know that's tough to tell somebody, because
I have no problem doing it on air. I have no problem telling it to anybody who's close to me.
Well, look, man, that's a really tough message. A lot of these people have heard that over and over and over again, and that's why some of these guys just go into a shell and then don't even attempt to make a relationship with a woman. And a lot of it concerned with how they were mothered.
Yeah, and that's fine. Go into your shell, but then you can't look at me and complain that, just no girl likes me. Well, you're not even giving yourself a chance. Love yourself first to go out to a bar, to go out to a concert. Find a Facebook group with other people. There are so many ways to meet people, and I see it all the time where, no one likes me. It's like, well, you don't. You got to go out.
Ideally, yes. But if this prevented mass shootings, would you be on board?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. If that's the thing
Ross endorsed it.
if that's the thing that prevents mass shootings.
Somebody did say, "Hey guys, you're telling me you wouldn't pay the $9.99 just to see exactly what pictures you'd get first?"
I could just fap at Minecraft. It's the same thing.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in just 1 second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Delays continue on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound by the major attractions exits and through downtown. A vehicle fire has shut down southbound lanes on the Greenway near the Turnpike exit. The Turnpike off-ramp is also partially blocked due to the ongoing scene. Looking at a crash blocking the southbound left lane on Orange Avenue just south of Michigan Street. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
We're all looking for the recipe for success. Maybe what you really need is the recipe for fresh. Luckily, that's easy to get. Just go to freshfromflorida.com. There you'll find all kinds of recipes that use in-season and locally grown Florida produce. Visit freshfromflorida.com to learn more.
The Jim Colbert Show question of the day. You find it on our social medias. God, I hate myself for saying that. The Facebook, it's the gym members group there. It's over on Twixter. And you can also answer our question in the YouTube chat. It's at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. You can also watch the show. It's brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Shout out to Mike, the home builder. All that rain we were getting over the weekend, I was sitting on my porch listening to it hit the gutter, go down the gutter, and off out into the driveway. What's significant about that, earlier this year, I had MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com over to the house, put a new roof, gutters, and covers. I have not had to clean leaves out of my gutter all year long, and I love that. Thank you, Mike, the home builder. He's a great guy, great quality, great installation, great service, all at a fair price. You find him online at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
Get ready to experience the excitement.
It is the 13th year of the iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The emotions.
Love you guys. We're so happy to be here tonight.
The surprises.
Are you ready for another I can't believe it moment?
The superstars.
Such an amazing honor to share a stage with so many unbelievable artists.
And of course, the music.
Our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming to Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
Stream the special starting October 10th.
I love Mondays. And yes, I'm being 100% serious. Why? It's because I'm a Dunkin' Rewards member. And Mondays are better with Dunkin' Rewards. Every Monday this month, Rewards members get a free medium hot or iced coffee with any purchase. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app and never miss a deal like this. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Once you get Jersey Mike's catering with 12 subs for any event, I'll tell you, there's no going back to other catering. That'd be like going back to using Morse code.
Welcome to Jersey Mike's.
Okay, here we go.
A pickle slice wrapped in a napkin.
Oh, wait, try this.
A brownie with extra olive oil?
Whoops, I mixed up my dots and dashes. Here.
1,800 catering boxes coming right up.
Uh-oh. Nope, there's no going back once you get catering at Jersey Mike's. A sub above.
At International Diamond Center, nobody tells our story better than our own non-commissioned diamond experts.
In the 17 years that I've been in this industry, I have never been able to offer my clients the things that I can offer at IDC.
What's best about our company is that we have access to far more options than most retailers typically do.
None of us are paid on commission at all, so our interests are pure.
We always encourage people to shop around because we know that our prices are good enough. You will be back.
It's not a selling environment at all. We want to know what's most important to you and help you get there.
We take care of your ring for life. We invite you in as an extension of our family.
It's about helping each client achieve what they want, to become a hero.
When we approach it in such a straightforward manner, it's refreshing. They almost look at you with a sigh of relief, like you take the mystery away.
The merchandise that we have is unmatched. The prices that we have are incredibly competitive. Our quality is unsurpassed.
International Diamond Center. Discover the difference. Our people. Get store hours, directions, and more at shopidc.com.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Sometimes the pop culture we loved as teens hits differently in retrospect.
Maybe it's a tabloid story we couldn't get enough of, or an illicit student-teacher relationship on our favorite show. We're Susie Banikarim and Jessica Bennett, hosts of the new podcast, In Retrospect.
Where each week we'll revisit a cultural moment from the past that shaped us, and probably you, to try to understand what it taught us about the world and our place in it.
You're the first person that I've talked to about this for years and years.
Listen to In Retrospect on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your favorite shows.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
So apparently Facebook is still a thing?
Search gym members and join our group.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Money happens to be your 5 o'clock keyword, M-O-N-E-Y. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. And nobody wants to win more than Deb.
Oh, absolutely.
Nobody.
First winner on Real Radio.
I love that. Yeah, that'd be great. Jack is here.
Hi there.
And so is Ross.
Yeah. This song makes me want to do weird drugs.
Yeah, this is a very almost Silence of the Lambs kind of song.
Yeah.
Who is this, by the way?
OMD,
That's
Orchestral
right.
Maneuvers in the Dark.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. This makes me want to get wet or something.
He means do heroin.
Oh.
PCP.
Or PCP, my bad. Yeah. 407-916-1041. Dollar again, guys. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. Ray Trinley coming up in just a bit. And, of course, Dave Chappelle tickets up for trivia in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, money is the 5 o'clock keyword.
What did I say?
Dollar.
Oh, yeah, money is your keyword. Why did I say that?
Because it's all the same.
Yeah, it is all the same.
Dollars, money, money, dollars.
Again, a gigantic thanks to everybody who came out this weekend for the Best Of Challenge out of Sunset Walk. Had a blast. It was great seeing everybody. And thanks, by the way, and I always forget to do this, forget to ask people to put up posts on their social media and tag us, but people did already. Saw a lot of great photographs, and we took a lot from this past weekend. And if you missed this year, you gotta make your plans. It's a damn good time. A lot of fun.
Great time. Cuban sandwich was my favorite. I drank good tequila.
Mm-hmm.
I had great mojitos. I had good beer.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
It was great.
I pet a lot of dogs. There was a couple of dogs there I made sure to pet.
Sugar gliders.
Very nice. Some big old bug eyes.
You know, Ross, I got to tell you, just go back to our last segment here for a quick second. I mean, we're not going to linger on this, but, you know, you were pretty adamant about the idea of someone having a, a digital significant other.
Yeah. So you're referring to my video game relationship.
The one that you brought up.
Yeah.
Barrett.
Yeah.
The AI.
Mm-hmm. With my wife watching me do it.
Video relationship that you have with another man.
With my wife going, yeah, flirt with him. My real human lung-having wife.
It was great to see her this weekend, by the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's awesome. Did you read the text, though? You're like, oh, you got me?
No, they didn't get me because I could burn that bridge down if you really want me to.
Yeah, no.
All right.
Dave Chappelle tickets all week. You can get them all week right here. Plus, you can register to win online at realradio.fm/contest. Jack, quickly, how do they do that there?
Yeah, you go there. There's going to be a sign for Dave Chappelle's show. You click on that, and you enter right online.
That's it?
Boom.
Very easy?
Yep.
By the way, we're going to be talking about the new laws that are enacted in October. Actually, they started today. Ray Trinley will be in around 6:20 or so, and we'll go over those so you don't get surprised.
It's a new month. Give your pay your rent and give your dogs their pills.
Yeah. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, did you guys happen to see this this congressman or this Representative Jamal Bowman. Have you seen the story on this?
No.
So I guess yesterday or this past Friday they were taking a vote. I want to make sure I get this right. I read this story; it was just kind of funny. They were taking a vote, a vote on a 71-page stopgap spending measure proposed by the Republicans. That was the one they were looking at Friday before they turned it down.
Yes.
But he pulled a fire alarm.
He did?
Okay, so, and here's the weird thing about this, right? So he pulls a fire alarm, like right as they're about to talk. He's actually rushing into the room to get his vote. And I never understood this. And I'm not a congressman or representative, obviously. I don't know what their schedules are like. What do you think a congressman's day is like? Just a bunch of paperwork, meeting people, stuff like that?
Yeah. Constituents,
you're there,
maybe giving.
You're there in D.C., right? You're there at the Capitol.
Yeah,
Your office is right there, right?
Probably trying not to agree to a lobbyist, but then you end up doing it.
How are you ever late to these things? I mean, if it's like the number one thing of your job, and I guess this was a very important vote. It was. They even say it in the context of the story. It was a very important vote. I don't understand how you can even be remotely late. Like you're right there. It's walking distance, and you know it's coming.
Maybe he had a bad burrito.
Yeah, maybe so.
It happens.
But the interesting part of it is they have him on video. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's part of the interesting part. But they have a still shot of him at a fire alarm, right? And, of course, immediately the thought was that this guy, who's a Democrat, by the way, was pulling the fire alarm to stall the vote of this 71-page, the budget amendment.
God, I hope not.
Well,
he's stooping pretty low.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing, obviously, right? Because you're like, wow, that sounds similar to something that happened before, and not comparing this to January 6th by any means. But there are people out there going, well, I mean, if you are going to punish one group of people for trying to stop a vote, why wouldn't you punish this group of people, which is just one guy, by the way? I don't know. It doesn't compare, but let me finish here because it's interesting. So one of the excuses was is that he was in a hurry. And while in a hurry, I guess he thought that was the button that opens the door to the chamber. And on top of that,
sure,
right. On top of that, they say there's video of it. They took a still shot from the video, but they haven't released the video. So if you say that you're in a rush and you came around the corner in such a haste that you pulled a fire alarm at a door that you've probably been in and out of, how many times could you imagine? I mean, my God, is it almost every day or every other day or twice a week or how often?
When they're in session, but the point is plenty.
Yeah, you've been in there plenty. And again, you grew up here in the U.S., right? And in the U.S., in elementary school, high school, college, every corporate building that you enter for the remainder of your life in this country, the fire alarms have been pretty prevalent your entire life. They're red. Everybody knows what they do. And they've known that since they were 11, 12, 10.
Texter says this guy was a former principal.
And a former principal.
He would have to know.
Right. You don't not know. I bet I could roll 8-year-olds up to any fire alarm in America, and they're immediately going to know what it does.
I've always wanted to pull one. One time I was playing dodgeball, and my friend threw a dodgeball, and it hit the fire alarm, and it went off, and it was pretty dope. But sorry to interrupt, I wanted to bring this up. It says that at the time Bowman pulled the fire alarm, Democrats were making a motion to adjourn, meaning that a vote would have been delayed.
Right.
He himself is a Democrat, and he's kind of like C-blocking his own team here.
He wasn't there. I think that's the whole point.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Since you have to be there and he wasn't there, he was panicked and trying to stop the proceedings so he could get there.
Oh, that is embarrassing. If that's the case, that's the most embarrassing thing, because I don't even know how you could. I'm trying to paint this as a malicious thing, but it really seems like he's just embarrassed, and we're desperate times, desperate measures. Pull a fire alarm, Bowman. Come on, Bowman.
Yeah, it is weird, though, because they do have the video.
Yeah, they have the video.
They have a video because they did take a still shot from it to show everybody. You can see the still shot of him pushing the fire alarm or pulling the fire alarm or whatever. So if there's video, why release just a still shot? Show us the entire video.
Right. That's the part I don't understand.
I don't get that. Why would they do that? Because if he's saying he's rushing to get in there and it was because of this great haste that he had to get into that room that he pulled the fire alarm, we'll show the video. That way it'll support his story, and then we know this guy wasn't trying to do anything squirrely. Because if he was, he should be dismissed. You can't be doing that. That's ridiculous.
Well, let's see if we can find any video.
There is no video. I looked for it all day today. Well, unless they released it this afternoon when I got to the station at 1:30. I mean, there's no video. It's just that still shot. You see him reaching. He's got all of his stuff, and he's reaching for the wall with the fire. I mean, nobody's claiming that he didn't reach for the fire alarm or pull the fire alarm. He admits it himself. But he said it was in great haste. And the video would confirm that. Then we can all move forward and know that this guy didn't do anything dumb.
Politicians don't even know what a fire alarm are these days.
And the other interesting part, and I know this is part of the party thing, and anybody would do it, any party would do it, but boy, they could not wait to come defend this guy. AOC, number one, couldn't wait to come out and defend this guy. And I don't know anything about this cat. I've heard his name and stuff. I don't know anything about what he's about. I don't know about his integrity. I don't know if he's had any questions about that in his career before. But again, I mean, if you have the video, and we know they do, because they took a still shot, there's no good reason not to release it. And just prove the dude is in such a hurry that he reached up there and hit a fire alarm at 50 years old, or he didn't know. I've never pulled one on accident. Have you guys?
No, I had to pull one on purpose.
Yeah, did you really?
Fun.
Yeah.
It's on my list, man. I've always wanted to do it.
It was pretty good. And I don't know how much she's I don't think AOC was defending the action. I think the hypocrisy of when like Representative George Santos goes through all of his nonsense and it's like mum's a word, but it's like, oh, you pull the fire alarm, we're coming after you.
Oh yeah, well look, so they throw those darts back and forth. They've been doing that with everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they did this with this Martinez guy. They did the same thing. Is it Martinez, the guy was hiding gold bars in his walls?
No.
Yeah, they did the same thing. I mean, they tried to use that.
Well, the Democrats are all like, dude, you need to retire.
Yeah,
you need to kind of step
right.
down.
But I think even a lot of Republicans looked at. Matter of fact, I know what they did. Looked at Santos and said the same thing. Like, get out of here. But because they control that seat and the numbers are the numbers, and that's where the power is in the votes. They let him stay there. So, I mean, Hakeem Jeffries wouldn't make a comment on it. He said he has to see the video before he can make a judgment. Before he has further comment. And I would love to see that video. I would love to see that this guy's absolutely right. That he was in such a hurry that at that age, he accidentally pulled a fire alarm right before a key vote that he was late to.
But it amounted to nothing, right? The bill was eventually passed by the House.
It was eventually passed. The building was reopened after it was determined that it was not a threat. And an investigation is going on into what happened.
So even if he didn't pull the fire alarm, we have the same end result, though, right?
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, I understand, but that's not the point. I mean, the point would be that if he did this nefariously to stop the vote or pause the vote so he could get in and vote, it's a felony.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can't pull fire alarms,
You cannot do that.
No, it's the same as yelling fire.
Yep.
Can't do that.
I just found that very interesting. So I'm dying to see how this plays out. I'm really dying to see if we can get the video. I want to see how big of a rush this dude was in before he made this mistake. I couldn't imagine doing that. Like, I couldn't imagine mistaking a fire alarm for a door button.
And then there's the other thing is that the alarm that he activated was in the Cannon building, which is distinct from the Capitol.
Yeah.
Which was not evacuated.
Right.
There are, it goes without saying, many fire alarms much closer to the House chambers. So I thought he was in the Capitol building.
Yeah, I don't think he was. No.
Dude, this guy was drinking.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know what he was doing.
Place, and he's pulling fire alarms, thinking that it's door handles, or kind of allegedly.
And,
for the record, I don't even buy that.
And this is, people are asking who it is. This is Representative Jamal Brown. He's a Democrat from New York. Very interesting stuff. We'll see how that kind of pans out. I found that interesting. I don't know how you accidentally pull a fire alarm. I could never imagine accident. We would steer clear of those things. Because, I mean, we saw, I knew a kid that pulled one in middle school, and it caused a lot of damage. And that kid got in so much trouble. His parents got in trouble. So, man, we wouldn't even go near those things. I didn't want it to even become an accident.
Well, coming from someone who just leaned against a wall once and accidentally knocked out a light.
No, that wasn't
with some Dominican drug dealers. You can lean against.
I'm not. I thought you were going to say knocked out a window of a hotel. I was like, no, that was on me. Yeah.
I mean, so why would he try to delay any vote? So that would be the maliciousness. That would be the angle of this, right?
Yeah. I mean, because you remember Lauren Boebert missed a vote on a piece that she put up and got caught a lot of hell for it because she was rushing up the stairs and didn't get in to make a vote, and she caught a lot of hell for it. And if this thing is such a big, I don't know what it is. I don't know, because it doesn't really say in the context of the story.
Oh, yeah. If the government shuts down because they missed it by one vote.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Yeah, not a good look. I guess maybe worth a felony.
Dude was just wandering.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of interesting how this kind of plays out, and I'm dying to see the video. I hope they release the video. I hope that comes out pretty soon. He says they're working with the security at arms or the guard at arms, the sergeant at arms at the Capitol Police to kind of figure out what happened. But if they have the video, they should have just released the video. They shouldn't have just done one screenshot, which is ridiculous. They should have just put the entire video out and let it speak for itself.
Yeah, because if you have the image, you have the video.
Yeah, right, exactly. So why wouldn't they? That's a good question. Why wouldn't they just release the entire video?
It probably doesn't make them look good.
Yeah,
More. An image lasts, it's one moment in time. A video is a bunch of moments in time. That video always makes you look worse.
There's a whole bunch of truth about to happen.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
That's probably why. A photo, you can kind of go, a photo, what is it? What they say? It's worth 1,000,000 words or something? 1,000 words?
Yeah,
a video is good for about one complete sentence.
A whole bunch of pictures.
Because you're like, I know what that is.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Back in a sec with trivia. Remember, we have Dave Chappelle tickets coming up right now. Load them up. That's next.
Real radio is the news junkie.
On the boob tube for the weekend, we have the Great American Joke Off.
Jesus. Oh, my. I'd watch the other one.
The news junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Huey Magoo's Chicken Tenders.
So Zach Wilson finally showed some flashes, but it was the same old story for the Jets. The Chiefs, the better team, hung on for a big road win. He was great in spurts, but Zach's big fumble let New York down when they needed him most. And at 1-3, the Jets are just trying to salvage a season and win some games. Last night was an opportunity they blew. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Love chicken tenders? Well, you are in luck because Huey Magoo's is right here in your neighborhood. And with grilled, hand-breaded, and sauce tenders, Huey Magoo's has something for every chicken tender fan. Visit HueyMagoos.com to find a store near you.
You guys should come over for a cookout.
Frank?
Let me know if you need to borrow the mower.
Frank, wake up. You're being neighborly in your sleep again.
With no down payments or PMI, a top VA lender like Navy Federal Credit Union will get you excited about being a homeowner.
Trash pickups on Tuesdays.
Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. Membership required. Loan subject to approval. Call 1-888-842-6328 for details about credit costs and terms.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown Train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme team.
Baby boomers and retirees, do you know the retirement tax risk road you are traveling? Congress has changed from incentivizing Americans to save for their retirement future to penalizing Americans who have successfully saved. Protect yourself from the proposed wave of higher taxes coming out of Washington. The Biden administration's spend and tax schemes are only going to add more taxes to our retirement. Imagine how you can remove yourself from the retirement tax system. Learn in under 30 seconds your retirement tax exposure. Visit retirementtaxcalculator.com. Retirementtaxcalculator.com.
Do you suffer from sinus infections or sinus headaches? You use nasal spray and antibiotics, but nothing works. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we have solutions. And with healthcare deductibles resetting soon, now's a great time to see if you're a candidate for a minimally invasive procedure called balloon sinuplasty. Imagine no more pain, no more congestion. Set an appointment today with Aspire to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment. That's aspireallergy.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
If you ride a motorcycle in Florida,
Someone can hit you and hurt you and legally not have insurance to pay you. Uninsured motorist coverage can help save you from financial ruin. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Columbus Day weekend, visit Cocoa Beach on the Space Coast and support the National Kidney Foundation's 38th Annual Surf Fest, featuring hundreds of competitive surfers in pro and amateur divisions, live entertainment, and fun for the entire family. For more information, visit nkfsurf.com.
When I'm on the move, there's only one move that works for me, so I'm going to Checkers. Slide me that $2.49 chicken bites and fries box. No matter where I go, I'm going to enjoy the crispy, juicy, perfectly seasoned all-white meat chicken bites, plus a load of Checkers famous seasoned fries, all for just $2.49. That's right, this box is always coming in clutch. Checkers is boxing up deals like you've never seen before. Whether I'm running on empty or stepping on the gas, I'm taking one for the road with Checkers. Get it delivered now.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated. That used to be me. Then I got this. Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right? Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
DeForest Johnson has spent the last 24 years on Alabama's death row for a crime he and many others insist he did not commit, based on one paid ear witness. Join investigative reporter Beth Shelburne as she narrates the story of her 2-year investigation into this case.
What you have already told me, is that the truth?
Whatever a word to get this information out of her.
No. It's not the truth?
No. Listen to Ear Witness on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Obviously, this is why YouTube was created. Obviously, at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
A very popular event is coming back this weekend. Actually, let's hit the beach this weekend and visit the Space Coast right there in Cocoa Beach and support the National Kidney Foundation's 38th Annual Surf Fest coming up October 7th. That's this weekend, all the way through Monday, October 9th. Jack Bradshaw, that's sitting right there and just talked, is going to be there this weekend.
That's right. I'm usually hanging there with my buddy Taco Bob from JRR. We are there every, and you know, it used to be Labor Day. Now it's Columbus Day weekend, you know, which is great. It just worked out quite nicely. But I look forward to it. I'll be there on Sunday. And the surfing action happens Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But Sunday night, what they have is the Taste de Brevard. So that's an event, but they all have some fantastic, unique auction items, and all that money goes to the National Kidney Foundation.
That's right. And if you go to nksurf.com, you can actually see and bid on those auction items as well, I believe.
Yeah, I'll be there Sunday night, too.
Right on, dude. Go check him out. And again, that's this weekend. The NKF Surf Fest comes to town in Cocoa Beach. Go check them out. Those guys are coming in tomorrow or going to Zoom tomorrow with us?
Yeah, we'll do Zoom. They're beachside. They're beach rats.
They're not coming back.
Savannah and Phil.
Yeah, what a life over there. I love it. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Speaking of Ross, let's find out what's in the old sauce jar.
Y'all aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo-choo.
Lickety-clack, lickety-clack.
I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see Dave Chappelle.
Whoa.
That's right. Dave bitch, I live in a trash can, Chappelle. This is going down, man. This is such a sexy pair of tickets. I don't even know if we're getting any. I would love to go. I have a pair of tickets. This show's going down Thursday, November 2nd at a very small mom and pop venue we call the Amway Center. Tickets are now on sale at Ticketmaster.com. That is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Local, long distance, residential, or commercial, doesn't matter. But it does matter that you mention the Jim Colbert Show, because that could get you a discount. So easy to book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO. Moving.com. Quickly, clickety-clack, back to you.
Thank you, Deb. Appreciate that. Ross, who is first today?
Let's welcome Chase.
Chase, right there on line 4. Chase, how are you?
I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Doing quite well. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Want to play a game?
All right, Chase, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is a lie. If you can find that one, I'll send you off to see Dave Chappelle. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. On this day in 1970, that's 1970, actress, producer, spokesperson, talk show host,
Sherry Shepherd? No.
started her entertainment career as a dancer.
Paula Abdul.
Famous now for being a talk show hosting machine.
Kelly
Icon.
Clarkson.
Yeah, it's Clarkson. It's not.
It's not that one.
Oh.
It's not that Kelly.
Ripa.
Yeah, Kelly Ripa is the answer. That's right. On this day, Kelly Ripa was born. Here are 3 fun facts about Kelly Ripa and one Regis of a lie. And I just made that up because I forgot to write the lie joke.
Call me a cougar because she is, wow.
Yeah.
I'm a cougar guy.
Talking about Kelly Ripa here, buddy. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, she likes to host live with Kelly and Mark while barefoot. Number 2, she was a soap opera star on All My Children for 12 years. Number 3, she's admittedly obsessed with her teeth and claims to have never had a cavity. Or lastly, she eloped to marry her husband and show co-host Mark Consuelos. Which one of those is a lie?
I'm going to go with the first one, Jim.
No, that's absolutely true, buddy. She does love to host the show barefoot. She hates wearing shoes.
Wow.
Bet you she got nice feet.
Think she's cute, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
She does. She's very American adorable, isn't she, with her little dimples and whatnot?
Yeah.
Oh,
the original joke I was trying to say is that call me Jumanji because I'm cougar hunting. Because I've always thought she was very pretty. Let's welcome Chris.
Chris, right there on line 3. Chris, how are you, friend?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Trying to send you to Chappelle. Which one of these regarding Kelly Ripa is not true? Number 1, she was a soap opera star on All My Children for 12 years. Number 2, she's admittedly obsessed with her teeth and claims to have never had a cavity. Or lastly, she eloped to marry her husband and show host Mark Consuelos.
I'll do the last one.
No, that's true, buddy. She did. They eloped.
Oh, wow.
To get married. She met him on the set of All My Children, and they were only together for a short period of time, and then they eloped to get married. And there's another little tidbit coming up afterwards about it, too.
I think I am somewhat responsible for her getting the job on that live with Regis.
Really?
Yeah. When she was they were going through celebrity auditions, like after Kathy Lee Gifford left, and they had different ones. The day she was on, I go, oh, she's the one. And then they selected her.
I'll be damned. Look at there. You should write her a letter, buddy.
She should buy you dinner.
I think she should buy me dinner.
I think she should.
I'd rub her feet.
Who's next?
Let's welcome Ray.
That's not creepy. Ray, how you doing?
Damn good, Jim. How about yourself?
All right, buddy. You got a 50-50 shot here going to Dave Chappelle. Which one of these is not true regarding Kelly Ripa? Number 1, she was a soap opera star on All My Children for 12 years. Or lastly, she's admittedly obsessed with her teeth and claims to have never had a cavity.
Well, she does have some beautiful teeth, so I'm going to have to go with number 1.
No, dude, that's true. It is true. She got her start on All My Children, and that's where she worked for 12 years before she moved on. And can you literally hear the yell of Rich, who just realized that all he's going to have to do to go see Dave Chappelle, the hottest ticket in Orlando in November by 1 million.
Oh, make sure he gets it right.
Is just tell me which one of these is fake. How you doing there, buddy? How you doing, Rich?
I'm doing wonderful. How about y'all?
You are doing wonderful. Tell me if this is true or not regarding Kelly Ripa. She's admittedly obsessed with her teeth and claims to have never had a cavity.
Well, you know what? I think it's true that that's false.
Okay, buddy. Rich, you're going to see Dave Chappelle on Us, buddy. Have a good time, all right?
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
You got it, buddy.
Wow.
There, I'll put you on
Pretty
hold.
cool.
Ross will get all your information. There you go, man. I made it to the. Oh, I love that. I thought this was going to get busted.
How about that?
I thought immediately it was going to get picked. Oh, God.
You made it, Puzzle Master.
It's the power, right? You know,
yeah.
all four people, they all want the same prize, and you
God almighty,
get to
dude.
say no to three of them.
I have to tell you, it's a tough day today, too, because the other important birthday was Sting, and I know we've already talked about Sting. So I had to go with Kelly Ripa. And really, to be honest with you, she doesn't have a lot of, juicy stuff. You know, she doesn't.
Sting does.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Yeah. A couple other things you may not know about Ripa here before we move on.
What was the name of her show that she was on?
It's Live with Kelly and Mark, right?
No.
All My Children.
No, that's what I want her to have for me. I'm dead serious. She's up there with how long has she been on that show? Or that show? When did she get the Regis show?
It was a while back, man.
A while back.
Yeah.
And that's right at the time where I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm feeling stuff.
I have to tell you, if you want to have something fun, she had a chef on. Because there's a thing about Kelly that they said that she's kind of a forward with some of her guests. And they had a chef on, this very exotic Ecuadorian chef named Franco something. And the video kind of went viral because she cannot contain herself. I mean, she can't. She is swooning, embarrassingly swooning over this cat. He's just trying to cook. And she's trying to cook too. Her wedding dress only cost $199. And it wasn't even supposed to be her wedding dress. She was just buying a dress to go out because soap operas actually don't pay that well.
Right.
Everybody believes that everybody, is an acting. That really doesn't pay all that well. So living in L.A. takes all your money. She wanted a nice dress. Didn't realize it was actually going to wind up being her wedding dress, but it was. She was a high school cheerleader and apparently a pretty unpopular one. She says she wasn't very popular in high school. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. There's a trend. I don't know if it was with her, but I just know a lot of attractive girls who post on Instagram I'm such a dork, cleavage shot.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, okay, I think we're seeing through your games here.
Okay, she's half American and half
hot. She's from Haiti because it's hot.
Okay.
French?
No. Half American, half what?
That would be Canadian.
Okay, half American, half
deity. I'm dead serious, man. You guys,
you're making Jack's voice worse.
Oh, yeah.
If possible.
I don't know what happened there.
They're half Italian. Both she and her husband are half Italian.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And then lastly, she's in the New Jersey Performing Arts Hall of Fame.
And I'm not?
Along with a pair of Bruce's underwear.
Yeah.
And
Chris from John Bon Jovi's hairbrush.
And Chris Christie's biggest suit.
Oh, do you see the picture of him in his shorts?
God almighty, dude. Not good.
Just not good.
They're clowning that guy. He's going to be gone. It doesn't matter. You're not going to see him anymore.
I know, different band, different singer, but did you see any of the footage from U2 this weekend?
Oh, my God almighty.
Was it cool? Or?
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, the game has changed. The game has changed. We're never going back. It's a game changer for live performing.
So it was the first performance, and nobody really saw the inside of the Sphere doing a show.
This is the new Sphere in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's a venue, but it's video.
So during this break, go in YouTube, YouTube opening up at this, at the Sphere. It is that's the new planetarium experience, right?
I don't think humanity has ever seen anything like that.
I would go see a cover band play Pink Floyd in there if they just did the Pink Floyd thing on the ceiling while they were doing it.
I don't even need a performer.
Right,
just put me in
That's
there and just let me stare at stuff.
It's bananas, man. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. The Sphere opened this weekend with U2 playing, and there's clips everywhere, and they're equally as ridiculous as the next.
And it's always a fun time to YouTube U2.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fun time.
Thoughts?
I'll tell you. So I guess I am a Las Vegas Sphere guy, and I guess Jim is as well.
Yeah, it's badass.
There's another thing that I am. I'm also a cologne guy. I'm also a shoe guy.
A watch guy.
I'm a watch guy.
Tequila guy.
Tequila guy.
Kind of a bourbon guy.
Cigar guy. Yeah.
Soccer guy.
Soccer guy. Big
golf
soccer
guy.
But
Video game guy.
there are some guys that I am that you find out about halfway through of like, oh no.
I don't want to be that guy.
I'm that guy. Am I that guy? I'm not that guy. Now I'm that guy.
Let's find out we'll find out what that guy is next.
I'm that guy.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Looking at major northbound delays on Florida's Turnpike due to a crash blocking multiple lanes near the Oakland Exchange exit. Things are stop and go all the way back to the Colonial Drive and McGuire Road exit. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by NexGard Plus Chews. NexGard Plus, a Foxalon moxidectin and parental chewable tablets, is the one you want for your dog's monthly protection. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your veterinarian about NexGard Plus Chews today.
And get in there with Wing House every Saturday and Sunday for game day. Wings, only 20 for $20 every weekend. $3 well drinks, $4 domestic draft pints, $5 Big Daddy 22-ounce beers. That's my favorite one. And you can't get the beer colder. That's on Saturday and Sundays. Wing House wings are bigger than the competition. Delicious burgers, ice-cold beer. Kick back, have a cold one, watch the game. Plenty of TVs around. They have the NFL ticket. They do all the UFC fights. You can't lose. Everybody knows about Wing House. And with these great weekend deals, you can't beat it. It's Wing House.
Real Radio wants to provide you with a little holiday magic.
Holiday magic.
Holiday magic in the form of $1,000 13 times a day. Listen for the keyword to win $1,000 weekly from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then take that keyword and enter it on our website, realradio.fm. Whether you do it on your phone or your computer, we don't care. What we do care about is that you answer your phone from a number that you most likely will not recognize when they call back the winner, because that's how you get some
Holiday magic.
This contest is sponsored locally by Mills Air.
My friends at Mills Air have been in business since 1992 right here in Central Florida. Over 30 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier, factory authorized dealer, turn to the experts. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
At the Home Depot, Saturdays are about two things: the wood-fired flavor of a Traeger Ironwood XL grill
and football. Hey everyone, Desmond Howard here, and I want you to get your game day fired up in just one tap with Traeger's intuitive touchscreen. Then throw in your game day favorites and monitor from anywhere with Wi-Fi technology. That way you have less time staring at the grill and more time for football. Upgrade your Saturday with Traeger.
And the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. That's 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome, more financial knowledge gained, more empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
Do you have information about a violent crime? Help solve crimes with your anonymous tips at crimeline.org. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your tips make a difference. Say it here. It's anonymous at crimeline.org. Paid by CSTF.
It's Ice Spice season, and what are you waiting for? Dunkin' is entering the charts with a new hit, the Ice Spice Munchkins drink. This is the drink that everyone's been waiting for. Frozen coffee blended with pumpkins munchkins, plus caramel drizzle, whipped cream, and more caramel drizzle on top. Yes, please. Pop into your local Dunkin' or order on the app today. So it's time to get a head start on the Ice Spice season with the Ice Spice Munchkins drink. America runs on Munchkins? Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Terms apply.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Binges, blackouts, regret, shame, trying and failing to drink less or quit. Hi, I'm Jonathan, founder of Or Health. I know how scary drinking too much can be because I struggled with alcohol misuse for most of my adult life. But I also know that it is possible to drink less or quit. And medication can help. Naltrexone is a safe, effective medication that makes it easier to cut back or quit drinking, so you don't have to rely on willpower alone. I started Or Health to make access to naltrexone convenient and private, to help people like me regain control over alcohol.
If you're ready to stop drinking or just drink less, text ADULT to 323232 to get a secure link to Or Health's private online assessment. Our licensed medical professionals will evaluate your assessment, and if medication is right for you, prescribe it online. We'll deliver your prescription right to your door. No doctor's office visits required. Text the word ADULT to 323232 to get started today. That's ADULT to 323232.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Holiday Magic.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. WIN. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
If you don't know what web goals are, consider yourself lucky. Feel like helping out? Go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Touching on the AI girlfriend subject, us anime and manga nerds, aka otakus, had a thing for a little while now called waifus, which is pretty much any two-dimensional anime or manga girl could essentially be a wife or type of girlfriend, and we will swoon and obsess over them nonstop. And I'm pretty sure Ross can verify this.
Sweet. I like it when a subject hits.
To see that guy?
They're everywhere.
I just think that, but the last part of that makes it sound like I'm dating a book.
That just lets you. What he's saying is he thinks you're probably in the know a little bit more than you're letting on.
Yeah, any nerd culture, check with Ross. He knows.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, some people are really into anime.
Yeah, I got you. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm, send that off, and you could win $1,000. Remember, if you're playing the game, stay near your phone because that's how they tell you you've won. WIN is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We do hope you win. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross has his thoughts.
It's weird.
Open it up.
It's funny.
Tap it out.
Sometimes.
Pour it out.
It's Ross.
On the block.
Spelled like sauce. It's Ross Thoughts.
All right, so first and foremost, I am a guy. Take that, Mom.
Okay.
All right. Let's just get that out of the way.
Regardless of what you thought.
I know you wanted a Rosalina, but you didn't get a Rosalina. You got a Big Bird instead. And I'm a huge believer, right? I think everyone says this, but how often do you really implement this? Is that actions speak louder than words?
Oh, yeah, 100.
Right, we all agree on that, but and we always talk about it when it comes to other people. But how many times do you take a moment of reflection and go, what are my actions saying about myself?
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like what? How often do you hit those moments? Is it weekly? Is it daily? Of just like, oh, I didn't know I guess that's who I am. Example, a couple of years ago, I got really into cologne. I am forever a cologne guy. I am a cologne guy. Now, I have nothing against that. I'll never forget the moment. I had a spritz on my chest. I went, ooh, I like that.
Right.
Equals, I'm a cologne guy. But then there are other things that you're like, oh, no, when you're shopping with your wife, I think at Home Goods. Was it Home Goods?
It was probably Home Goods.
It was Home Goods.
Every guy's been that follower where your wife is pushing the cart and you're on your phone 5 feet behind her saying, yeah, honey, that looks great.
Yeah, and then your jaw drops because you haven't seen that type of dog costume before. Am I that guy? Am I a dog costume guy? Did I overpay for fabric? Ease like by 2,000 to 3,000% because I thought my dog deserves a Halloween costume.
Wow, really?
Am I that guy?
Yeah. Did you only get one costume, though?
I got 2 because I have 2 dogs. And I think they are going to look really cute.
Oh, but you bought the material. You wouldn't have got that at Home Goods, though.
No,
he got the costume.
He bought the costume, but it's so little material, he realized. The price he paid is way more than
How much did you pay
value.
for these things a piece?
They're about 25.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Well, each.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 25 each. But I'm happy to say I do have a Frankenstein and a Bride of Frankenstein coming down for Halloween.
It's ridiculous.
Good. At least it's a matching set.
Yeah, but the problem is, as soon as I bought it, I was like, oh, those are 2 different genders. And my dogs are both girls. So sorry, Hazel.
Right. Yeah.
Hazel, you're going to be a dude this Halloween. And that's the real October surprise. But as soon as I got really excited about dog costumes, I kind of got bummed out. I got bummed out because I'm like, I don't want to be that guy, but if I'm being honest with myself, they are going to look so cute. And it kind of bothers me that I'm kind of into my dogs.
I would think being that guy would be like, instead of buying your dog, I don't know, buying your dogs an outfit is definitely that guy. But I mean, taking your dogs everywhere and feeling like you need them around all the time, that's that guy, right?
Yeah.
I don't bring them everywhere because I usually don't trust them.
Right.
I'm not that. I've never put my dog in a stroller. I'm not that guy.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's good.
That's a guy you don't want to be.
Deb tried to make me that guy. Thanks, Deb.
Oh, you wanted to
I was thinking of Jeter, Jack.
You wanted you to put Jeter in a stroller?
Well, no, or a wagon and deck it out with like Yankee stuff so that you would have been comfortable at Suds, Pups, and Pints and not expect to do all that walking.
And you could have done like a ticker tape parade just by...
Oh, that's brilliant.
See?
Anyone who saw Jeter there realized, hey, that guy probably needs a wagon. That dog needs a wagon. Put him on a cart. Come on, Bradshaw.
What other guy did you find out you are that you don't like?
Okay, well, this one's actually one that I do like. I got really into my yard.
I love this, by the way.
This is good.
I got like Adderall addicted to my backyard.
I like this.
Like I am into shapes. I am into no. Don't go to the bathroom there as I'm talking to my dogs. Use that part of the yard.
Have you torn?
I don't care about that part of the yard that much.
Have you started the demo process to install your patio with the fake grass in between the big stones?
I'm like 100 pieces away of fake grass away from being done.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm proud about being a yard guy. But then I'm not proud of how I am a yard guy.
And I don't understand at all.
It's taking too much time. I go out there, I have my cup of coffee, I look at my yard, and then I don't go back into my house because then I usually start weeding. It starts with one. I'm like, there's another one over there. What the hell's that doing there? Oh, my God. It is 2 o'clock. I am late for work. Jim will be pissed. And he will not understand.
Right, I won't.
Because when I tell him I'm weeding, he's going to think something else.
Yeah, well, I am.
I got really into the backyard. I'm also, another thing that I'm not proud about, I'm not very good at laundry.
How can you not be good at laundry? The machine does the work.
I get it. But the vast majority of people, I mean, you speak in a different time zone, though. Because I try, so wife does her clothes, I try to do my clothes. Okay. And every time I put it in the washer and I put it in the dryer, and guess what happens? It stays. I have dry aged laundry in the dryer.
Oh my God, and it stinks so bad.
It doesn't stink. Usually doesn't stink. It's just.
Well, not if you ran the dryer, but it's still damp. Do you have to do it twice?
Yeah, and what I'm trying to say is my big this guy moment for me this weekend was when I refreshed a load of dryer laundry for the 4th time.
Oh,
that's when I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Am I that guy?
No. I'll tell you, my wife is that guy when it comes to washing clothes and then forgetting about it. And then that's not the nefarious part. And then letting them sit in the washer overnight in summer.
Oh, no.
And instead of rewashing them, throwing them in the dryer.
No.
So that when I'm at the golf course the next day playing golf, when I get the least bit of perspiration going, my shirt turns into blue cheese dressing.
Yes.
And I smell homeless.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Not a good time.
But it happens.
There is a way to solve that. Do your own laundry.
Yeah, well, there's the other thing.
Yeah, be like me and forget the clothes are in the dryer 4 times on a Sunday.
Or how about this? You're so proud of yourself. You go and you collect the laundry. It's darks. It's darks. It's time to wash some darks.
Okay.
You throw your darks in the washer. You throw in the pod thing. You shut it down. You get the washer going.
Actually, the pod goes in first.
Right.
Okay.
Right. In the washer, the whole 9 yards, shut it down, wash is going. And then you hear this. You're not washing my jeans, are you?
Oh, every time.
Because my wife's jeans get washed differently. And if she finds out that I even accidentally threw them in the wash with my jeans that are eventually going to go in the dryer instead of hanging dry to make them too skin tight, that's a thing. And I am officially that guy in the house.
Yeah. Did you turn her jeans inside out?
I did not.
Ooh.
Deb, Chris doesn't do your laundry, right?
No.
Because you can't.
I do the laundry.
Yeah, you don't let him touch it because you don't want to ruin anything you have, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like the 50s over there.
Oh, yeah.
So jealous.
I prefer it that way.
Is it the 50s or Chris does not have the ability to wash women clothes or any man? Because what rules and restrictions, regulations do women clothes have when it comes to the laundry?
Well, you just want them to last a little bit longer. Like one thing that Chris will do is that when he goes and puts his clothes in the dryer, he'll just set it at 90 minutes, high heat. He doesn't use like the
the
cotton or the delicates,
right.
and that's not good for your clothes because that's just 90 minutes of straight high heat. It breaks down the fibers. You want to go to those guides of cotton or delicates because it will keep the high heat for a while, and then it will start to reduce the heat.
I thought those buttons were just for show.
No.
Mine has a cool down thing, so it'll cool it
Cool
down.
down.
So when you reach in there, and they don't wrinkle. It's a wrinkle-free thing.
Your dryer becomes a refrigerator?
I don't like that. I want it. If it's not warm, I'll crank it up another 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're going to be completely dry.
Yeah, they do have to be completely dry. And you have to turn the jeans inside out because that's part of what helps preserve the color in the jeans.
And the funny thing is, it's the only thing my wife puts in the wash that isn't pre-inside out. I have asked my wife, how do you do this? How do you make 100% of your shirts inside out? So I have to return them inside out when I wash. Secondly, I'm a pen guy.
Pen guy?
And I'm proud of it.
Oh, no.
What do you mean pen?
Writing pens.
And
writing
the
pens.
wash.
I have, if I have one pen, like a really nice pen, I've got 20.
I'm also, all right, last guy that I
like
am.
nice pens.
I'm a whatever it takes. You just reminded me of why I kind of have a nice pen is because I'll do whatever it takes. Oh, no, I need to make more stuff. I'll buy a new computer. Oh, no, I need to write more. I'll buy a nicer pen. Granted, does it make a lot of sense? No, not really. However, we're smart enough on the outside to trick our dumb animal brains on the inside and going, well, I spent $20 on it. I might as well use it. And now your future self and your past tense are communicating, and you did get that one thing done.
I used this before when I bought a couple new golf clubs that were very expensive. The ex said, why are you spending so much money on golf clubs? And I said, well, I want to rule out the fact that it's the equipment that makes me play bad.
You are a god.
I said,
a deity.
I said, see, if I have this good wedge, I can't blame my bad golf on the wedge anymore. So if I have the best equipment, I did this when I started playing guitar as well. I was like, I bought the best.
I'm taking that.
I bought the best guitar stuff because they're like, why are you spending so much money on guitar stuff? You don't even know how to play guitar. I go, yeah, but when I start to play, I don't want any excuses from the equipment. I want the best.
Now I know how I'm getting my new Xbox.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It's hard to argue that logic, by the way. I'm just trying to be my best.
Ross, why do you keep spending so much food at restaurants? I just wanted to see if it's really good.
I wanted to see if it works.
Yeah, I want to see if it works, if it's worth it.
I want to rule this out when I'm approaching my dream.
Oh, I will take that. And that's the biggest thought. And those are your Ross thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Back in 1 second with our buddy Ray Trinley. TK Law, one firm for life. We'll talk to Ray next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. goldsmithjewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound through downtown and by the major attractions exits. Looking at major northbound delays on Florida's Turnpike due to a crash blocking multiple lanes near the Oakland Exchange exit. Things are stop and go all the way back to the Colonial Drive and McGuire Road exit. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter with high-speed rail to South Florida. Experience premium lounge perks, roomier seats, and onboard meal and drink service with 16 daily departures to South Florida. Adult fares from $79, kids from $39. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
Inflation running high. Nobody knows when it's going to level out. Buy your windows and doors right now at FAS and lock in your price. FAS Windows and Doors have the largest showroom in all of Central Florida. 38 unique windows on display, ready for you to operate and pick out your favorites. Plus, they're all built with impact-resistant glass that gives you security, noise reduction, and maximum efficiency. And they have a full section of hurricane windows and doors as well. As always, estimates are always free at FAS, and even better, they always give you plenty of options, just not one. All these products have a lifetime warranty, and if you act right now, you can receive rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door. No money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Financing is available for a limited time, and the showroom couldn't be easier to find. Fairbanks and I-4, slide in, pick out your windows, have them installed. Your AC will last longer, your house will feel better, your power bill will drop, and you'll be more secure as well. It's FASWD.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
Baby boomers and retirees, do you know the retirement tax risk road you are traveling? Congress has changed from incentivizing Americans to save for their retirement future to penalizing Americans who have successfully saved. Protect yourself from the proposed wave of higher taxes coming out of Washington. The Biden administration's spend and tax schemes are only going to add more taxes to our retirement. Imagine how you can remove yourself from the retirement tax system. Learn in under 30 seconds your retirement tax exposure. Visit retirementtaxcalculator.com. retirementtaxcalculator.com.
DeForest Johnson has spent the last 24 years on Alabama's death row for a crime he and many others insist he did not commit, based on one paid ear witness. Join investigative reporter Beth Shelburne as she narrates the story of her 2-year investigation into this case.
What you have already told me, is that the truth?
Whatever a word to get this information out of her.
No. It's not the truth?
No.
Listen to Ear Witness on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Deciding where to bank is no small task. It's a matter of trust, confidence, and benefits. The more the merrier. At Addition Financial Credit Union, we're all about more. More challenges overcome, more financial knowledge gained, more empowering you to reach your long-term financial goals. That's because we're more than just a bank. We're your financial partner, and we'll be with you every step of the way. Count us in at additionfi.com. That's additionfi.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call, the Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The new school year is here, and Dunkin' is brewing up the perfect way to say thank you to teachers. On Thursday, October 5th, Dunkin' is celebrating Teachers Day by treating all local educators to a free medium hot or iced coffee at participating Dunkin' restaurants throughout the area. Again, that's on Thursday, October 5th, as Dunkin' celebrates Teachers Day. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per guest. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Additional charges may apply. Participation may vary.
It's Superstart Battery Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get up to a $25 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select Superstart batteries. Our professional parts people will test your old battery for free and recommend the right battery for your vehicle. For power, performance, and reliability, choose Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
If the AI doesn't call you out and say, you're being a moron, now, will they charge you more if you cuss her out, AI? And then, because they're going to have to say, like, Larry, Jimmy. If they don't do that, it's not really part of a real relationship. Plus, it doesn't have hands or parts, right?
I'm not going to respond. I refuse. Congratulations to Rich taking home our very first pair of tickets to Dave Chappelle. Remember, we'll have them tomorrow all the way through Friday, and you can win them online as well. realradio.fm/contest. That's it. Go there and sign up. Another pair of tickets available there.
If you got a sense of humor, you got to go on and you got to register because Dave Chappelle.
King.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Win is your 6 o'clock keyword, WIN. Go to realradio.fm, send that away for your chance at $1,000. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Dev is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi.
And Ross.
It's true.
And every single Monday at 6:20, this guy comes by. TK Law, offices right there in Altamont Springs. OneFirmForLife.com. Good and loud for Ray Trenley.
He knows the law.
Happy Monday.
What's up, buddy? Good to see you. How's things?
Things are going well.
Yeah?
I got a little bit too much sun on Saturday. I know you guys were eating your sandwiches, and I was thinking, man, that sounds like a good time right now.
It was a great time. Matter of fact, I was just thinking people have been texting us over and over and over all day, thanking us for a great event. When we show up and just got to help them promote it. The people who run it do a great job. Ray and Becky and all the guys there do a wonderful job, and it's always fun. We missed you. I know you're.
I'm sad I didn't get to go, but it was my kid's birthday party, and I had to be there for that.
Did you?
We went to SeaWorld, and SeaWorld is an awesome place. I've never been before. Took me having 3 kids and a birthday party to get there. But
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's funny. We were just talking a little bit. It really is a great coaster park.
It really is.
And other parks have, the better reputation for that. But in reality, I mean, SeaWorld offers at least 1 or 2 of the best roller coasters in the city.
And they had some strategically placed bars all around the park, too, which was nice. Margaritas, not bad.
They made a nice transition to coasters.
They really did.
Yeah.
We were just talking about how they had to do that. I mean, they basically took their entire lifeblood away from them with the blackfish thing and, taking the orcas out of the tank and kind of ending that. With that kind of show anyway.
We got there at 8:50 a.m. and there was a line, just like Disney, just like Busch Gardens. It was crazy.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. So, what are we going to do this week? I've been telling everybody that we're talking about these new laws, and it's fun. I just read these down today. I was going to do this as a normal topic today, so I'm glad that you had this because it's so much better to talk to you about stuff like this.
Yeah, and some of them are pretty controversial. And actually, that's kind of one of the things I want to talk about was one of the most controversial of the new bills is the death penalty for child rape cases.
Yeah.
And so, as a human being, as a parent, as a father, I can certainly understand the desire to have the most severe punishment for a crime like that, especially if it happened to one of my children or somebody I cared about. But it's fraught with legal challenges, and
I had mentioned when I did the story last week that the Supreme Court has ruled previously
twice.
That the death penalty is not available for rapists.
Right. Yeah. So really, what it is, and that's exactly it. So we've had 2 cases. One was just for rape, and one had to do with children, and so Governor DeSantis and the legislature in Florida believes that they've written the bill in a way that will sustain a constitutional challenge. But, remember that this comes at the exact same time that we also have gone away from unanimous juries for death penalty cases.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, why isn't rape a death penalty? Is it because they believe that there can be redemption?
So one idea is more of I don't say philosophical, but the idea of taking a life for somebody who's hasn't killed their assailant, right? So that's kind of the foundational Eighth Amendment. It's cruel and unusual punishment. Basically the punishment doesn't fit the crime.
Okay.
But there are some very interesting legal arguments as to why it doesn't fit, and so one of those is the unreliability generally of child testimony. Right. So, think about, in any child custody case or anything where children are coaxed to say a certain thing, do we want to be putting people to death when children can be manipulated conceptually? So that's one of them. Another one is, and I don't necessarily say I agree with all these, but this is some of the logic that's been discussed in these cases, is the idea, well, if we make the same punishment for murder that we make for rape, what's to stop the rapist from just murdering all their victims? Like that's kind of the logic that they're employing, as if
and they think that criminals at that level would stop and think about something like that. I mean, when we know that murder is an illogical act already.
I don't disagree with you. I've always thought that was a hard transition, and so they talk about there was a case. I think it was out of Oklahoma. Don't quote me on the state, but there was a case about somebody who was crossing state lines with a child and having, raping the child, on this road trip. And the only thing that kept the child alive was the idea that they were not going to be put to death. Right. That was like the story that the guy told.
And we,
I don't necessarily buy it, but
I was going to say, and we know that people who like that will say anything they have to do anything at any point. I mean, you can't. I mean, no differently than a child's testimony can't be trusted. I would say that a person trafficking a child for the cause of sex would not be worthy either.
Oh, I'm right there with you, and I haven't necessarily really, other than the kind of the fundamental idea of the punishment fitting the crime. Which is one that both on the state Supreme Court level and on the federal United States Supreme Court level has been acknowledged as an Eighth Amendment protection. It's hard for me to really rationalize and justify how we look at it any differently, because if there's a more heinous crime than taking the innocence away from a child and physically abusing that child and sexually abusing that child, I'm not sure what it is, but it's got to be pretty awful. But that's the big one, and so
Yeah.
what's going to happen is somebody will be convicted. There'll be a jury that determines that death penalty will be applicable, and then we'll see this go through the appellate cycle. And one of the other reasons, Deb, that you mentioned that we don't like the idea of these death penalty cases is these death penalty cases have all these layers of review, so all these appeals, and that means the children are going to be potentially brought in for decades.
Yeah, that's the thing.
To relive the experience, and that's
a big enough reason.
I mean, look,
yeah.
Considering how long it takes to put somebody in the chair where they have 100% irrefutable evidence, should show you that this is just basically a legal nightmare for anybody. Yeah. And the thing is, just costing taxpayers more. And I understand. Like, I'd be the first one. I've said this 1,000 times. Dig a pit, hand me the 9, and let's walk them out one by one. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I have no problem saying that because I have no problem doing it.
Everglades is a big place.
The recidivism rate is proven. It has that type of mentality has a grip on people.
Absolutely.
I think it's up to 40% reoffend within 5 years or some ridiculous number like that. So it's really even hard to rehabilitate them. And in the worst case scenario, when you know for a fact that it's a malicious thing and they're going to continue to do it, you have to make a move. But we don't even put the most heinous murderers to death. I mean, this just came up in the debates,
right?
With the guy from
Nicholas Cruz.
Yeah, the guy from
Parkland.
Yeah, and one of the other guys, Mike Pence, I said, looked at Florida's Ron DeSantis in disgust and said, you just had a kid murder 20 plus people or whatever it was,
kids
in your state. And he just got a life sentence. You're not even strong enough to get a kid the death penalty,
right?
Or try him as an adult. So it's already being used as political leverage in today's political scene.
Yeah, that's the case that made the governor change the rules from being I mean, it's like a volleyball. We had just changed the law back to unanimous.
You're right. So in 2008, I think is the last time they passed the law that says it didn't have to be unanimous. And then I think it was in 2012 or 14, they said, no, we're going to make it unanimous again. And the criminal law has these ebbs and flows to it where, and I think sometimes it's political, right? You just want to be like, I'm tough on crime, so I got this bill passed.
Right.
But I think it's more societal in the sense that, we're seeing with the bond reform, which we talked about last week with the cash bond stuff being eliminated, we're seeing this different idea about what is justice, and I just have a really hard time with people devaluing a life in one circumstance,
right,
and then at the exact same time,
there's
overvaluing a life of somebody who has made mistakes, and
there's no equity there.
It's just really hard for me. I can see if you're one extreme or the other, right? Everybody deserves to live. I was listening to some testimony from somebody who was deeply religious, and based off their beliefs is everybody can be redeemed. I can understand that. That's your philosophy.
That's a theory.
That's your belief.
That is a theory.
But at least you're holding steadfast.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the back and forth swings that people are making, especially people who are in law making, bodies that.
There's plenty of evidence. There's a large group of people who are not redeemable. They are just simply not redeemable.
Yeah, no one's saying. Yeah, I agree. Anybody can. Everybody won't.
Yeah, right. 100%.
That we do know. Everybody won't change.
I do want to ask you about one of these other laws, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
I'm not 100 on this one. It's SB 170, which could boost legal challenges to local ordinances. And in part, it says the law requires local governments to suspend enforcement of ordinances while lawsuits play out, and makes plaintiffs eligible for up to $50,000 in attorney fees if the court finds ordinances are arbitrary or unreasonable.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, so
sounds like overreach.
So bingo, Deb, right? So she hit the nail on the head. So this idea that we're trying to evolve away from an administrative state where the legislature is empowering these municipalities, cities, or other agencies to make these rules and laws, which have in the past been enforced unequally. And so the idea is going to be, and let's take a really simple, silly one, right? Where there's an ordinance passed by the city of Orlando that says your grass can't be longer than 2 inches.
Right.
And everybody's grass is 3 inches. Yours is 2.5 inches. You get the citation. You sue. You say the way you're enforcing it is arbitrary and capricious.
Right.
And what they're saying is, one, cities, states, municipalities, put your money where your mouth is. If you're gonna, if
you're gonna make these ordinances, enforce them properly.
That's right. Or you're gonna be footing the bill.
Right.
That's not gonna be very politically popular.
Right.
And then number two, and this is what's interesting, is we're not going to enter an injunction that stops whatever the person is from the violation during the meantime of the case, right? So, your grass can continue to be 2.5 inches.
Right.
While the case is pending. And that's not an uncommon thing in the judicial system, is to ask the court to abate or pause something while it's pending appeal. In the administrative system, it's the opposite, right? It's, okay, we've made our ruling. That's our ruling. You stick to it. And yeah, you can go petition the court and see if you can't, get it overturned. But that's not historically how it goes.
Right.
And so, fines are racking up, in a situation where there's a fine attached to it, and then interest, and then liens, and that really can negatively impact people pretty significantly. But, it's this idea that we don't want these administrative bodies having this kind of unfettered control.
Right, yeah.
Because it really does shift the responsibility pretty significantly.
All right, let's move on to one more, because I find this stuff pretty interesting. This one is kind of self-explanatory. You can't drive a golf cart on public road if you're under 18.
Yeah.
You have to have a learner's permit.
Requiring either a driver's license or a learner's permit.
In Florida, this is such a Florida, Arizona kind of law. You don't have to worry about this in West by God, Virginia.
And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I've just noticed a huge influx in golf carts in the last 10 years.
Code Black has one and actually took his to get all the stuff to make it road legal.
He's
He's got a tag,
got plates and everything.
Yes, blinkers, stoplights, the whole 9 yards.
I'm so jealous.
That is pretty sweet, though. That and the new Xbox. Put it on the list, track.
Right.
You son of a gun.
So, for me, this is, again, driven by insurance companies. What we're seeing is all these cases of kids, and I've seen them in my neighborhood. They've, swerving all over the place. There was one the other night. I was backing into my parking spot, and I was, adjusting to go straight where I park. And I'm halfway in the road, and the kid went zipping by me.
Damn, really?
No lights on, just
whoa.
And luckily, I was going backwards, and he was in front of me. But at any point, I could hit my brakes. And anyway, so it's definitely driven by the insurance companies, but it is exactly self-explanatory. If you have a minor, they need to have a learner's permit to operate the golf cart. Otherwise, not only will you be responsible as the adult who's allowing the minor child the ability to operate this dangerous vehicle, but your insurance company may not cover whatever damages or injury, and that's a double whammy.
Yeah, sorry, middle school, junior golf. You're walking.
How about HB 319, which sets a maximum fine of $2,500. And Ross, this is one that you may have to worry about during the playoffs for Orlando City Soccer.
This is my favorite one.
What do you think it bans you from?
Gambling?
Peeing in public.
That's close.
No. $2,500 if you do this.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Curse?
If you run out on the field.
Naked.
It says if participants
you have to be naked?
in athletic or artistic events go onto fields or stages without authorization. Also, in the age of social media, the law prohibits people from making money off such exploits. In other words, you can't have like a goldencasino.com pay you $100K to streak with that written across your body in body paint.
Well, sure you could, because it's only a $2,500 fine.
Right, yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't think you have to be naked, obviously, but if Ross is doing it, he's got to do it the whole way, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
This ruins it right before the city playoffs, dude. I mean, I would love to see you out there just because somebody just did this at the Ryder Cup.
Paint yourself purple.
After they made one of the putts, a guy ran out of the crowd and ran across the green and jumped in the water.
He was
an
a
old
grown
guy.
man.
He was an old-ass dude.
That wasn't a kid either. But he had some speed to him.
Yeah, he didn't move too bad.
I would storm the pitch. I would go onto the field if there was 600 other people. Outside of that, I don't see myself ever touching, I'm not that guy.
You're like the Ole Miss game where you win, right, and get beat LSU, and then you're out there with like 1,000 other people. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
They can't arrest all of us.
Yeah. Did you see the one security guard trying to tackle people though?
No,
the Ole Miss game. It was one guy, and he's like, no.
There's also another one here. It makes it a third-degree felony for any person age 24 or older to solicit a 16 or 17-year-old in writing to commit a lewd or lascivious act. I already thought that was a felony.
No, so it's
not if you're Matt Gaetz.
Oh,
shots fired.
Came back up again.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, that guy. I don't know if he's Teflon or what, but I don't know how he's.
It's coming around.
Yeah, it's got it.
It's coming around.
Yeah. So again, this is another one of those that's kind of self-explanatory. But yeah, so possession of child pornography obviously is an issue. Actually performing the act is an issue, and now just soliciting, hey, would you do this, is now going to be a crime. And so really, this is also another trend that we're seeing. Again, one that I'm very happy about is the states are getting much more serious about prosecuting these crimes because these kids, I was just talking about it today, they have access to so much technology and so much, information that they get in these places that they shouldn't be, and they're not mature enough to deal with.
Right.
So, yeah, we're going to keep punish you.
Well, every time I FaceTime my mom, she's like, how do I flip the camera?
You just turn it around.
Hey, real quick question just came in on text. Ray, does the golf cart law apply to neighborhoods like HOAs where they own the roads inside that development?
Yeah, they still applies.
Okay, there you go.
So the deed restricted communities doesn't mean it's still not.
And I'll tell you, we'll take a little break. I have another one to ask you about right when we come back before we get over to last call, okay?
Perfect.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. 5 lines open for last call. Load them up. Say something funny. It's your turn to do the show. A little callback from the program, a little joke, anything. It's 407-916-1041. We'll do last call next.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for last call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey there, I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and this week is going to be beautiful compared to last week. Breezy conditions through the middle of the week, morning lows around 70, highs in the mid-80s, a 30 to 40% chance for a late day shower, especially near the coastline. Otherwise, for the rest of the week, we're going to see temperatures warming up a little bit as we head into Saturday, upper 80s on the way, rain chances down to below 20%. Then another cold front this weekend means highs only around 80 for Sunday and Monday of next week, lows in the 60s. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by InvisibleFence.com. Invisible Fence brand is more than a fence. They offer what no other pet containment company can. Patented technology combined with hands-on training to ensure protection for the pet you love while allowing them to enjoy more of their yard. Visit InvisibleFence.com today to learn more about what sets them apart.
Guys, here in Central Florida, it's so important that your AC works perfectly every single time, and it doesn't even matter what kind of gear it is. We're always capable of getting up in the 90s. These guys have been doing it for 30-plus years here in Central Florida. Let them use that experience to make sure your AC never quits on you. Their preventive maintenance plan is an absolute must, and these guys can do it in no time at all. Plus, they're carrier factory authorized dealers. You know what that means? If you do happen to need a brand new AC unit, these guys can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call these guys today and schedule your appointment. It's 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Identity theft shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, more than $29 billion were stolen last year alone. That's a criminal success story and a wake-up call for everyone else. It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity. LifeLock makes it easy to help protect yourself if you become a victim. A dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. Join now and save up to 25% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com, promo code Clay.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Everyone could use a little help with their bills, especially these days. At Duke Energy, we're offering easy ways to help keep your energy bills more manageable. With programs that allow you to pay the same amount each month or pay in installments. Plus, special financial assistance from the Share the Light Fund for those facing hardships. We're Duke Energy, and we're here to help you. Paid for by Duke
Attention
Energy
business owners, this is John Souza, CEO of ERTC.com. The Employee Retention Tax Credit Program provides up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. If you're confused about the program, stop right now before it's too late. Don't fall for false promises and risk your business. All ERTC companies are not the same. The bottom line, there's no such thing as guaranteed eligibility, and being innovative with tax filings can lead to an audit. At ERTC.com, we won't mislead you to attest to your own eligibility. At ERTC.com, everything is done in-house by expert CPAs, and there's no cost to get started. With the ERTC.com Fast Track Refund Program, you may qualify to get your refund in as soon as 48 hours. Get started today at ERTC.com.
Get your free refund information now. 800-200-6883. 800-200-6883. That's 800-200-6883.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? Yeah, that's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me The VIN is fast, easy, reliable, and pays top dollar for your car. It's that simple. And Give Me The VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than Frogger's Grill and Bar. We've got your sports fix covered with Saturday college football, NFL football on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays too. Catch all the action on our tons of high-definition TVs while enjoying drink specials available all week long. Don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu, where everything is fresh, never frozen. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Frogger's, hopping with food and fun.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Here with Ray Trinley, onefirmforlife.com. Offices right there in Altamont Springs. That's TK Law, guys. TK Law. Trinley Kramer.
Onefirmforlife.com.
That's it.
Dig it.
We were talking about these new laws that are going to be enacted in now. They're going into action
10-1 yesterday.
Yeah, 10-1 yesterday, right. And here's one I did not understand. And I want you to help me out with this one because it doesn't sound logical. HB, which is House Bill 1367, which expands a litter law to prohibit dumping litter at water-controlled district properties or canal rights-of-ways unless given approval. Well, I've never known that it was good to litter. I never knew you could get approval to litter.
What they're really doing is they are expanding the punishment
Oh, I
right?
see.
Yeah, so they're
reads
enhancing.
odd, man.
They're enhancing the punishment. So here's what's been happening, and specifically places like Okeechobee and West Palm Beach is what people do is they go down those canals, and they find a little ditch, and they dump all their trash.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Really?
I mean, even when I was a kid, it was like a well-known.
Oh, I never even knew that. I mean, that's something specific to that area. That didn't happen up here anywhere, does it?
I mean, I'm sure there are places, in Orlando where that is probably accurate. But we have these long drainage canals off.
Oh yeah.
So you got the lake, obviously, and then you've got the canals coming out. We have these long drainage canals, and they go for miles. And so when I joke about the Everglades are a big place, but I'm serious. I mean, you can hide a lot of things in the Everglades because it's a big place that not a lot of people can get to.
It's the entire tip of Florida almost.
And so, but what ends up happening is a lot of pollution, and then it's been creating some toxic issues as well.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because I'm sure they're coming out there and dumping batteries and paint and all that stuff and putting it right there in the.
Oh God, it's so.
Yeah, that just makes me.
It's so thoughtless. I just don't. I don't.
Selfish.
Yeah, it's very selfish.
And it's just a very singular way to look at the world, right?
Yeah.
Like your
it really
world is your place to dump things.
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We always appreciate when you come by, buddy.
I love having Mondays with you guys. It's a really good time.
If you want any great legal advice, onefirmforlife.com, specializing in family law for sure, divorces, things of that nature, anything really. But I know that family law is really where you've set the tone there.
I love it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Get to help people.
Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back, by the way. I am Jim.
Wait till DeSantis hears about this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank first and foremost our friendly attorney Ray Trendley from TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Also want to thank Brandon Kravitz from our sister station, 96.9 The Game. And last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Absolutely. And I'll throw in a little extra there. How about Ray Steins and Becky for the guys over at the Best of Challenge at Sunset Walk?
Oh, yeah.
For putting together another wonderful event. Everybody had a great time. Everybody got a great deal. Everybody got nice and full and fed. And it was just a good time had by all. Great job, guys. Thank you again. And we can't wait to re-tee it up next year for sure. Jack, question of the day?
Yeah, is it cheating if you have an AI relationship?
Asking for a friend, Jack?
I think most people would probably say that it is cheating in some way, shape, or form.
Let's say that is the case. Where would those most people be interacting? Twitter, Facebook, or the YouTube chat? Which one do you think it was the highest concentration of people saying that's cheating?
I'm going to go YouTube chat.
I'll say Facebook.
I would think Facebook.
It's Twitter.
Wow. Oh, God. Twitter's the craziest.
87%, 72% over on Facebook. And then check out these heathens in the YouTube chat. Only 59% say, yeah.
Look, I'm down. Let's do it.
I've already got one.
The rest are all on a porn site.
Stand up.
This Saturday, I'm actually going to be hosting a comedy show.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't hosted in a while, but it is the show that I'm responsible for down at Theater West End, so that's where I will be.
Yeah, who's up? Do you know?
His name is Kareem Chapman. I met him when I was out in Nashville, and I gave him a gig. I was like, dude, you are really funny.
Awesome.
What are you doing October 7th?
Yeah,
and
very
he said,
good.
I'm available, and I'll actually be in Florida, so we made it happen. So this is a really, really cool comedian.
Cool. Coming up this weekend for check it out. Ross Padgett Comedy on all social media platforms. Let's get to it. Let's do last call. Big T, last call.
All right, so just wanted to say another big congratulations to another amazing sellout event. Got to see all my radio friends and my friends that listen to the radio. And congratulations to Yeomans with that Brie Tower sandwich. Was the bomb and the winner and my favorite choice.
So good.
I'm out.
I agree 100%.
And that's a cool experience when you're like, God, I want this sandwich to win, and then it does.
Yeah.
It's only something that the Best of Challenge can provide, to be honest with you.
That's my connection with Kelly Ripa.
Yeah.
Soul Man, last call.
Hey, guys. Hey, Deb, this one's for you. Do you know what a puppy and a nearsighted gynecologist have in common?
I'm afraid to ask, but no. What do they have in common?
Wet noses.
Angry Eric. By the way, Angry Eric, before you do your last call, how about a big round of applause for Angry Eric?
For our winner! Listen Listener challenge.
Not only was it great meeting you, it was great hanging out with you, buddy. You're a good guy, and you did a wonderful job this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now do your bit.
Actually, Jim, Deb, Jack, I'm glad you guys liked the sandwich I made for you. It made me happy, actually. Ross, you know that sandwich was at least an 8, you son of a bitch. Give Ross a buzzer.
Yeah, buzz me real good.
Party Mom, last call.
So, Angry Eric, I want to say congratulations on your win at the Best of Challenge, you son of a bitch. Every day.
You got it, Party Mom.
It's good seeing you
This
Saturday.
jerky, banty chicken. Mike Larson, last call.
Trendly, keep your mic hot. This is Mike Buzzer Larson here. I need an appointment with you tomorrow. My wife asked for a divorce today.
Why is that?
And I was too... Well, she said I was too un-American. You know what I told her, Ray?
What'd you tell her?
I said I saw that coming from a kilometer away. Come on, give me the buzzer.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it very much.
Not bad, not bad.
All right, let's get the hell out of here. Got a big show coming up tomorrow on behalf of Deb, Jack, Ross, and our buddy Ray Trindley.
Yay!
We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Monday evening.
Bye.
Oh, Lord.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at a slow ride still on I-4 this afternoon in the Orlando area by the major attractions exits and through downtown. Looking at a vehicle fire that has shut down all northbound lanes on Florida's Turnpike between the Mineola exit and the Oakland Exchange exit. No problems for those on the beach line or on the Greenway today. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Floridians, do you know how close you are to freshness? Fresh from Florida is local produce grown by farmers right here in our own state. It's always fresh, always in season, and always mouth-wateringly good. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo or ask for it by name where you shop.
Torres on his left foot shoots. He scores!
Orlando City is on the road this week as the Lions travel to the Music City and face Nashville SC on Wednesday, October 4th at 8:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 7:30 to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There's no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trendley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trendley Kramer, TK Law, oneFirmForLife.com.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best